Now we're live. Now we're live.
Welcome, everyone, to This Is Awful. I am your co-host, Awful Wrestling, finally back, along with...
Aka Dis, aka Dis, whatever people want to call me. I'm still not sure what people are calling me.
Yeah, we have coming in with the excitement of a cactus.
We have no intro this week, so I'm a little thrown, but we wanted to get something together. We didn't have everything we needed. You're gonna have to let us know how we sound. Let's take a second here just to figure out how the sound is going. I'm going to hey, it wouldn't be our show without our tunes, right? So let's get that going here.
Alrighty.
And people can enjoy what I've picked out for us this week. And I've been thinking a little bit. Now, see, this is very loud for us.
Oh my God.
This is
come on, Dis. First off, I just want to say, as a semi-musician, this sucks. This is awful.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I can't find. I don't have the chat up yet. Oh, everyone says it sounds good. To me, it sounds like you're kind of low, but they're saying you sound good. So
I hope I do.
If you sound good, then we're good to go. Welcome everybody. I see a lot of regular names in the chat. We got Denisha in the chat. Oh wow, that went way up. We got Denisha in the chat. We got Liger J. I don't see him around normally.
We got Alt Jake Takes On. Shout out to him and George Captor.
You were on his show. Too. You were on his show last week.
Yeah, a few weeks ago. Hey, listen, I don't know if it's me or you.
I'm turning this down.
Yeah, thank God.
It's too loud. Yeah, the chat says it's okay, but the chat says it's okay, but to me, it's very loud. Okay, go.
All right. Yeah, so I do want to thank Alt Jake and George Captor. I do want to make mention. I know this doesn't know about this, but this was on the show. This was on their show. I'd say a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
And I saw that you had a bigger viewing than my guest appearance on their show. So I said, "Oh no, motherfucker, this has got to change. We got to do something about this."
I'll tell you what. I think the person who's going to have the highest view count on Jake's show is going to be the person who was most recently on his show, because his show's doing great, man.
Yeah,
I've been looking over at them doing good numbers. I've seen them doing better numbers. People are saying they just can't hear the music at all, which is weird because let's do this.
It's kicking our ass right now.
Yeah, let's do this.
Like I'm yelling.
And I want to see. I'm gonna do this and see what happens here.
All right, do it and see what happens. Oh my God, I may have to turn that down. Yeah.
I just want to see if they can hear it. If it's a problem with StreamYard or if it's just that. I think the thing is that we are low. And the music.
Ewan Cumia says that he hears us. He doesn't hear the music.
Oh, you know what?
Which you should be very lucky, Ewan.
I think I know the problem. Right now. I think I know the problem. Let me turn it off. I think I know the problem.
I hate jazzy wrestling theme music.
Oh, you ruined it. They hadn't heard it yet. They didn't know. They don't know.
Okay, well, wait till you hear it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think what the problem is, let me see here, is that it's
Stone Cold Smooth Jazz.
It's okay. Let's do that, and then let's do that, and then I'm gonna hit close, and then I'm gonna try. So let's see. Maybe they reacted and they said, "Oh no." Okay, so it was just quiet. So can you turn your mic up, Awful? Can you turn it up at all?
Definitely turn my mic up. I mean,
turn your mic up. I'll turn mine up too. We'll turn our mics up. We'll crank our mics, and then let's see. So like I said, we're flying by the seat of our pants here. I've been doing Mac stuff all day, and Awful just got his situation figured out. So let's see. I hate Windows.
Now, do I
sound? There it is. Yeah. Whoa, buddy.
I am in fucking business, goddammit.
There it is. Now. we can lay some of those smooth jazz beats on our fans here. Let's get it
Hopefully,
going.
I sound a hell of a lot better.
You sound very clear. You sound
Okay.
loud.
All right.
And we have tunes. There we go.
I am the voice of God.
I'll do this too. I'll turn you up like extra much.
Well, while he's doing his little technicalities in the back end, I do want to let everybody know, and I want to thank everybody for having patience with us. In the last few weeks, you already know what happened. You know, my phone dropped in water, and if I could share the screen, I'd like to show you something that was sent to me. Let me see if I can. I mean, I'm slow on the draw tonight, but I sound crystal clear. I sound smooth as silk out here. Let me see if we got it out here. Okay.
Awful getting stuff. I don't know what it is. He's gonna leak his DMs. That's what he's about to do.
I probably might leak my DMs. I don't even fucking know.
You're gonna
okay, that's the wrong one. That ain't it. It'd be this one. Yeah, this one. All right, let me share this with everybody. This is what my buddy Matzo Ball sent me. See if I can. Yeah, he's real funny.
Is it audio?
There you go. Yeah, there is audio.
Oh, let me mute it then. Hang on. Okay, go ahead.
I'm too old for this shit.
There you go. For some reason, I'm some fat 60-year-old man. Let me stop this and stop sharing the screen. But yeah, thank you, Matzo Balls, you prick.
We talked about it a little bit on Toonie Talk Wrestling this week. So what was it? When it was your birthday, right? Back when it was your birthday.
Yes.
I did the thing where I wished you a happy 60th birthday.
Right.
And I guess everyone in the IWC are huge fans of Toonie Talk Wrestling, and this is awful because every one of your trolls picked up on that and now says that you're 60 years old.
Yeah, but every one of my following friends have also done the same dumb shit. I don't understand it. I am not 60 years old, nowhere near 60. I'm not going bald. I'm not overweight at all. And I don't have a goatee.
Yeah, Awful is, I mean, to be fair, as far as I know, Awful isn't 60 years old. You could be 90 for all I know. Shit. Right. I don't, I mean, I've never held your hand.
Yeah.
That's really the only way you can tell how old someone is, I believe.
No one should be interested in how old I am. I'm in my mid-40s. Okay, that's it.
You know how old you are? Me and you are the same age. We're both 2.
Yeah.
That's when we started our accounts, and that's how old we are.
Yes, indeed.
That's all that's all that should matter to anyone out there. I can turn the music back on. I can. Yes. So that's the only thing is that when you have a sound bite now, I need you to let me know because I mute the music. So
all right.
Music automatically mutes when I have something, but you aren't as important as me, apparently. So
apparently I'm not as important.
Man, yeah. So it's been a week, man. We got tons.
No, it's been a couple weeks. God damn it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's been longer for you because I had Toonie Talk on Tuesday, so. Right. I got in some wrestling talk over there, but we didn't do Full Gear last night. Got a lot of people asking me why we weren't doing Full Gear or if we were doing Full Gear. And here's the truth. We didn't want to watch Full Gear, guys. I'm sorry.
I still haven't watched it. I know I got to do a video edit of it, for a review sometime later in this week. But yeah, so a couple things that I had no idea until probably maybe 2 hours before the show. This is how up I am on professional wrestling right now. Samoa Joe won the championship off of ratings killer Hangman Adam Page.
Yes.
Incredible.
And Mark Briscoe won the TNT championship.
Okay, who did he ever beat?
He beat Kyle Fletcher, thank God.
Okay.
Thank God Kyle Fletcher doesn't have that title anymore. And Mercedes lost. She didn't win the AEW Women's Championship. So I know I kind of
excuse me, hold on, stop. Mercedes had a championship match
against Chris Statlander and she lost.
Oh, okay.
I kind of saw it coming.
What's that say? Really?
I kind of saw it coming because see, the same thing happened with Tony, right? It's a deal where it's like when Tony Khan senses that the internet is on to him, quote unquote,
Right.
he decides I'm gonna do the thing that they don't think I'm gonna do. Like everyone knows Mercedes gonna win, so I'm gonna get him. It's very Russo-esque because
But it's dumb.
it is dumb. Because I mean, I am not a fan of Mercedes, but I mean, she should be their champion, right? It's
Right.
not over Chris Statlander. She should definitely be the champion. And it tells me that when ratings are going as low as they are, they were under 500K this past week.
Indeed. 491,000 viewers tuned in. And I think the demo was a 0.1.
Yeah, it was bad. And I looked it up. Did you know Sunday Night Heat got canceled when it hit a 0.1?
I can believe it.
Like
that was in the 2000s.
Yeah, when it hit a 0.1, they were just like, nah, forget it. We'll put it on the website. It's not even worth it to have it on television anymore.
Right.
And here we are. They kept it on TV. It's on TV, and they're hoping that it sticks on and through the merger or sale or whatever is going to happen. So I think that when the ratings get that low, Tony Khan goes, oh shit, we're losing our base. We got to do something to hold on to the base. And if you're going to hold on to the base, what's a better move than putting the titles on Joe and Mark Briscoe and keeping the title on Chris Statlander, doing everything that the quote unquote smart fan would say you should do, right?
Right.
That seems like what he's doing. And I don't know. I mean, I obviously I'm a big Samoa Joe fan, so I have no problem with Samoa Joe being the champion. Mark Briscoe deserves the title easily, so I'm fine with Mark Briscoe being the champion.
So Mark Briscoe wins the championship off of a make good.
Yeah,
because they weren't allowed in AEW for quite a long time.
Yeah,
we'll get to a certain executive.
We'll get to that. We have that,
and I don't think it's the executive you think it is. I saw your comment.
Think it's an executive at all.
Oh, okay,
but we'll get to that. We'll get to it. But I have a bit of a scoop, I guess maybe you could call it.
Right.
This is terrible.
I told you it's terrible. I mean, God damn it. We're listening to Kane's music in jazz form.
I love it.
Anyway.
Okay. So I got a little bit of something here that I wanted to bring up. It's just a little bit of a news segment. So, our buddy, we have a buddy, AEW Mole.
Okay.
And AEW Mole put all parody, right? This guy isn't real. We all know he's not real. This is parody. This is bullshit. He's just out here.
Sure.
What'd you say?
No, he's the janitor at AEW.
Yeah. In fact, I think he's some bloke in England having a good time working
From
the
India.
Yeah, he's from India. I got that clip. I got. We can pull that picture up later if you want.
We'll get that later. Let's see what this man has written.
So this guy who pretends he works for AEW, he said, "Be wary of dirt sheets who are printing stories to help with quote unquote surprises. I get, meaning I understand, paying for info if that's what you really want." He's talking about fans paying for info. Like if you if you want to have a subscription of, let's say, PW Insider or Fightful or one of those sites, fine. If that's what you want, that's good. But paying to be worked, not by the show itself, it's a little weird. But you lay with the dogs, meaning, you're doing business with these guys. That's what you're going to get. Sure. So what he's saying is that there is somebody out there who has they knew about a surprise, and they didn't report on the surprise because they were asked not to by AEW. That's the fun parody, funny, silly story that we have, right?
Right.
So I took this and I said, I wonder what the only real surprise last night was Swerve Strickland coming back. Right? That's the only
Okay.
thing you can really classify as a surprise. I mean, I guess you could say Hook turning heel, but it's not like anybody went around and printed Hook is not turning heel tonight. Hey, visit our Fightful Select for the answer.
Right.
That didn't happen. The only thing that was really a surprise that would have been reported on is Swerve. So I looked around to see who was reporting anything on Swerve, and I found this. Oddly enough, from Fightful Select, Swerve expected back within the next month, barring setbacks. This was reported about 2 hours before the pay-per-view last night. So it seems as if our friend Sean Lestap, or somebody who works at Fightful, had the information that Swerve was supposed to come back, was going to run with it, and then was asked by AEW, hey, can you not, like, maybe just like word it a little different or something. Don't say he's coming back tonight. We don't want people knowing he's coming back tonight.
So within the next 30 days, Swerve Strickland will be back.
Right. Within the next 30 days, barring setbacks.
Right.
And this was reported 2 hours before the pay-per-view last night. Now,
Are you surprised this?
well, a little bit because of this. Remember a couple weeks ago when Sean Ross Sapp got worked by TNA and threw a hissy fit on the internet about it?
Right.
He says, the Santana. So do you remember that you wrote the Santana thing was? Do you remember that whole story?
Refresh my memory, please.
Okay.
Refresh all of our memories.
So the story was that Mike Santana didn't show up for something. He was late to the show in TNA. This was after he lost the title.
All right.
That he was late and that they were worried that he wasn't going to come back the next day at all.
Okay.
And then he showed up and cut a promo about, the typical, I'm sick and tired of all the politics and I'm not going to be held. I'm going to sit in the middle of the ring. He did normal wrestling shit. Right. And so Sean Ross Sapp said, the Santana thing is a work. I don't know how else to put it. TNA should have probably just posted that on their Twitter instead of feeding it to media like it was real. That's a no-go for me. First time an official in any company has done that with us. So he has a problem when a company tries to work him, but he has no problem when a company wants him to work his paying. Look at the name look at the word on the bottom of that, and look at the word in the top right. Select. That's paying. So he has a problem when TNA wants to work him, but he has no problem working the people that pay him money.
Right.
For the news. So I don't know. That to me isn't cool. And I think
when
anybody
when there are no parameters, when there are no boundaries to what a journalist is or what a reporter is in this particular section of sports entertainment or wrestling, this is the kind of things that you're going to get. You're going to get these wish-washy reporters who have no bounds, who have no ethics. There's no code of ethics in the journalism sector of professional wrestling. When there should be, but should there be? Should there be? Not really, because this is one of those things where this is a worked sport, so everybody's working. Everybody's working.
If you're charging money,
right,
you should not give your paying subscribers misinformation in order to push a storyline.
Is it misinformation if he says within the next 30 days? This is that slick shit that
it is.
Like I'm kind of like alluding to. It's just like, I didn't really say, but you did say. And you had your readers and your followers think one thing and you went a completely different route.
Right. And by the way, if anyone's sitting there at home being like, you don't know this is SRS, look, I said at the beginning, this is all parody. Okay, I do know that the parody was intended to be about this. Oh, maybe, possibly. After I did my research, I might have checked with the artist.
So it's no longer parody. You know what I mean?
It's parody. I am not making a joke. The person who gave me the information is making a joke. So yeah, I'm just saying, get off your high horse a little bit, dude. and it's I know that you think, how many people we got, like 30 people here. There's no, like, people are probably just like SRS will probably
Yeah, he'll vanity search.
Sean Ross
the
Sapp
internet.
listens to everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Trust me.
I haven't seen too much of any of his nonsense because I blocked him because he blocked me. But wow, Sean Ross Sapp. I mean, way to bilk your customers. I mean, you're paying audience. But see, again,
it's all paranoia. We're joking.
Here, stop. I'm not joking. This is saying that like it shouldn't be done. This is how. But again, who's gonna write those bylaws for professional wrestling journalism? Like it's the Wild West out there.
Well,
so anybody can write anything. Remember, again, work sport.
It should be us. It should be us. It should be the people listening to the show. It should be the people who read it. These people are the people that should hold them to a better standard.
Sure.
But unfortunately, everything is so tribal now that you could, as long as your bullshit is about the right people, then you're fine, because you'll have at least. Actually, I'd say the IWC is probably about like 60-40, WWE 60, AEW 40 in terms of people actually actively involved with the IWC. Because I think that AEW fans are more likely to be in that mess,
right,
than your average WWE fan who might get online every once in a while and post a picture of Rhea Ripley's butt and be like, hee, at most, So I think that we should hold them to a higher standard. It's why I've always said, I think of all of the dirt sheets, if you want to call them that, the only one that I give any credit to is PW Insider, and it's because they're the only ones that that retract, or don't retract, but like they'll say, we made a mistake. This was incorrect, or we were being worked, or they'll just come out if something's wrong, they'll address it. And they'll come out and say, yes, this was wrong. And also 95% of the time that they're quote unquote wrong, I found out because remember when I did that graph where I was like, let's see how right and wrong all these sites are. Most of the time when people are like throwing things at them and they say are quote unquote wrong, it's them getting misquoted by places like Wrestle Purist or Cultaholic.
It's just so funny. Like, good luck with trying to wrangle in the professional wrestling journalists. I don't think it's ever going to happen. And it actually goes to a deeper level. I hate to sound a little psychological, but these guys actually believe that they're a part of the business. And by being a part of the business, they feel like they're the baby face and they're facing off against enemies. That's why when we tweet or whatever, like we get a lot of the haters going like, F you, this, that, fuck you, all that. And it's just like, they feel like they're a part of some massive team where there's this gigantic war going on. And that's just not the case. At least it shouldn't be the case for fucking journalists. But we already know, like, these guys are already in bed with AEW. They're going to pony up to Tony Khan and whatever he dictates. I'm sure they all have him on speed dial. And the bottom line is like, Sean Ross Sapp, anybody who's paying him money is a fool. But a fool soon parts with their money. I mean, that's all there is to it. Yeah. You can't dictate, you can't legislate what these guys are going to do. The best you can do is call them grifters.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be one thing if they were openly enthusiast journalists within wrestling, meaning like Bill Apter. Right. I mean, you look back at like Pro Wrestling Illustrated, they paid for, you had to pay for it. So technically there was a paywall in front of it, and it was worked news that they knew was worked. But the difference is that it added, number one, it added to the show. And number two, I think the amount that you believed Pro Wrestling Illustrated or The Wrestler or any of these after mags that were out, the chances that you believed it were the same as if you believed that wrestling was real. Like the people who thought wrestling was real at the time probably read those things and thought it was real.
Cat wasn't officially out of the bag at that point.
Right.
You know,
So
Vince
so
McMahon did not come on TV and go, this is all sports entertainment. That wasn't happening yet.
these magazines were made specifically to add to the show, to be the ESPN
People magazine of professional wrestling.
Not even it's okay. It's going to sound weird, but it's almost like they are a publication within the fiction of WWE. You know what I mean? Like within the lore of WWE, PW Insider or PW Pro Wrestling Illustrated was the top source of news. Now, it's because if you buy into wrestling, you buy into that's being the real company. It's like the Daily Bugle, the Daily Planet in Superman, right? Yeah. Like it's that kind of thing.
You're reporting. Stop. These wrestling journalists have got to stop scooping, trying to fall over each other to get the best soundbite, or the next piece of information that not a lot of people know. Listen, the best of reporters nowadays in all sectors are the ones who research and are reporting to you what has already happened. Those are the best kinds.
You want to talk about some? You want to take a little detour and talk about some real shit reporting right now? Because we could absolutely talk about that Ariel Helwani interview.
Yeah,
it was so bad, dude. It was. How can people stand up and be like? I agree with one thing. That's the best Tony has ever looked in an interview. I agree.
He looks the same in every interview. In fact, George Captor fucking encapsulated it perfectly. He said, "We're seeing this guy in that same goddamn black jacket and those same dusty black pants every fucking interview." But yeah, I don't think he did all that great on the Ariel Helwani interview. I think Ariel Helwani did absolutely fucking terrible.
Terrible.
Tony Ken.
Don't you love it when we agree? Doesn't it feel good when we get that?
Yeah, I mean,
no, it was awful. And I'm just reading. Like I said, I if people want to say Tony, if people are celebrating the fact that Tony came out of this interview looking great, he did a great job. Sure, Tony did a great job coming out of the interview looking well. Ariel Helwani, that was the worst Ariel Helwani interview I have ever seen.
Yeah.
The dude didn't push back on anything. Everything he just let go. It was just woof.
It ruined Ariel Helwani's aura in a certain sense, because here you got the guy face to face with you. Hey man, what happened last time when we were having an interview? Why'd you fold up all crazy, not want to give me any answers? Start the interview here's the worst that's going to happen. Tony Khan walks off your stage, and whatever view count that you've got going on with YouTube right now, it probably would have doubled, because you pressed, you stayed, you kept your fucking frame and didn't bend to what this guy was doing.
I agree with the idea of I thought he was baiting him, right? If you start, because a lot of times with interviews, if you start strong and you go in with the hard ones right at the beginning, you're going to shut them down, and they're not going to lose them. So you start with the easy ones, and then you get a little bit more hard, a little bit more difficult. And I thought that's what he was doing, especially when he went, hey, I know you don't have much time left, but there are questions. You've been great. I'm glad that we're having a good conversation.
All that
there are questions, right? But there are questions that I need to ask, and you're like, okay, here we go. This is where he hits him. And he goes, I need to know about CM Punk. And you're like, okay, let's see. CM Punk. And he asked about CM Punk. And Tony gave him that bullshit line of, well, it was the right thing to do. And I guess you can see it from his perspective, or you can see it from my perspective. And Ariel was just
a lot of respect for Phil.
Yeah. And then, Ariel after that was like, okay, how about Britt Baker? No, dude, wait, stop right there. You stop right there. That is where you need, that's the question. That you needed to push on. And he didn't push on that. He didn't push on ratings. He didn't push on family friendly. He didn't push on max numbers. He didn't push on any of this stuff. The fact that he didn't push on max numbers is embarrassing. How can Ariel Helwani just go, oh, you don't know max numbers? Yes, I believe it. I believe that.
TK's PR firm sent Ariel Helwani the memo. This is what we're not going to talk about. Can
I tell you what I think it is? My schizo crazy conspiracy theory. my schizo conspiracy theory about it.
What's that?
I think that Ariel and CVV, because I went back and I looked at their like recent interviews. I think that the new WWE podcast network is making it so they're not getting the interviews from WWE anymore
Because they're more independent.
because they're more independent.
Yeah,
And I think
mean,
this is them. They're going, if we're going to cover wrestling, we have to do so. We have to have a relationship with AEW. We have to, because WWE is shutting us out now.
yeah.
Like, they're just not getting the interviews anymore. Instead, they both had Maven on. They both had David Otunga on.
Yeah,
Like,
who are these dudes?
Yeah, they're going to
Like Maven's star has kind of fallen ever since his, he was okay. Like he had those, those videos that really hit, like, backstage at AEW, what I really think of this guy or that guy. Those don't, stretch the test of time. So now it's like, what is Maven doing? And
well, it becomes
what audience is he bringing in the Ariel Hawani?
Yeah, Maven becomes a problem because it's so transparent what happened with Maven. Because Maven, leading all the way up to when he went backstage at AEW, all he did was criticize AEW. And he'd still criticize WWE, don't get me wrong. But whenever he talked about AEW, he would criticize them, right?
Right.
And then he goes backstage in AEW, and his coverage immediately becomes positive for AEW.
Mhm.
Immediately.
Right.
Like that night, like it even started off like it was going to be negative. By the end of the video, he was definitely leaning positive towards AEW. And then by the next time he talked about him, he was just all praises. Tony Khan's a great guy. Love AEW. I think they're doing great. Da 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 da. He's still, his normal. And he's always been critical of WWE, and he's still critical about WWE. I have no problem with him being critical about WWE. But the fact that he did such a 180 on AEW by being backstage one time and being allowed to film, like, that's clearly what it is. Like, I can't play the media scrum live. I can't play the media scrum tonight. I had to make a way that we can do the audio without the video, and that might still get struck. Because AEW is so careful about who they want to cover their stuff, but they just let Maven walk backstage with a camera, which he pretended like he snuck backstage.
Right, of course. But that was the clickbait. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing that got you hooked in to watching his modeling video of just him talking to Tony Khan and buttering him up. So we're at this time, folks. Tony's desperate. He needs as many people. He needs as many soldiers as possible to surround him. He needs as much good grace as possible. He's going to get it from the journalists and no longer from the audience.
Yeah. And Ewan said, I'm not surprised WWE is stopping all outside interviews. I don't think they're stopping all outside interviews. I never said that. They're so obviously, I mean, I just think that with their relationship with ESPN, a lot of that stuff is going to go to ESPN now. Anything outside of their own podcast network is probably going to be there.
They've got wrestlers with podcasts. They've got Logan Paul.
Yeah.
They've got oh my goodness. They've got the gentleman. Oh my God.
Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee. Thank God. God damn it. But Pat McAfee. They've got up, down, down. Like, there's so many places where these guys can go to. Not to mention, some of these wrestlers are having their own little broadcasts on Instagram. You see Asuka out there. She's doing her own thing for the Japanese audience, and it's doing great for her. Listen, they don't really need independent. They don't need to really need to have a Chris Van Vliet or an Ariel Hawani cover their stuff when they can do everything in-house now. And so these broadcasters might want to start thinking a little differently on, like, who you put on. Like, Hangman Adam Page as a guest is just not going to hit. So don't do it.
You know what it was? It was the John Cena interview. Remember, because they've now said John Cena is going to have like a 3-hour-long interview, and it's going to be released on WWE's YouTube page a week before his last match.
Right.
So, like, all those guys were fiending for that interview. And
did you really think John Cena was going to give any one of those? Like, WWE was really going to give anybody that interview if it wasn't The Undertaker?
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you can't give it to Pat McAfee because Pat McAfee isn't a long sit-down interview guy. I think the only person you give it to, like Chris, CVV, and Ariel Helwani, I think are actually way too small for that. Like, if you're giving it to somebody outside WWE, it's going to be like, who's the big interviewer now? Who even does Barbara Walters anymore? Ryan Seacrest? Is he the one who does that now? Who's the...
I have no clue.
Barbara Walters doesn't exist anymore, so I don't know, like, who they tried to make it Katie Couric. Remember when
John Cena on The View next week?
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing really anymore, is there? Where it's like we're gonna have somebody sit down with somebody for an hour and talk to them on primetime television. That just
make it all inclusive to the WWE network and the entire bubble of WWE. No one is really going to handle it better, actually, than what WWE can do. Because it's one of their own products. You know what I mean? Like, who better to do it? Like, you can put them on a Tonight Show. Or
Rogan. There you go, Joe Rogan.
Now, at this point, John Cena is not fit for that audience. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just not. John Cena will be talking about fucking aliens and Building 7 by the time he's done with Joe Rogan. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not gonna meld right.
Yeah. They're Tom Rinaldi is the one doing it. It's not Stephanie, it's not Undertaker, it's not any of them. They just got the guy who does Raw Recap to do it, which is great. And the interview looks great. Everything they've shown from it, like, I think that the direction I love. Did you see what Logan Paul posted about Undertaker starting a YouTube channel?
No, what did he say?
He said, "I hate all these wrestlers trying to act like they can just come into YouTube and be big stars."
Little jabbing back.
Logan Paul is so freaking good. I hate it. I hate how good he is. Did you see his hand thing on SmackDown? He wrote his promo on his hand.
Yeah, I think a lot of these guys write the promos on their hand, though.
Oh no, he made it obvious. He held his hand up in front of his face when he was reading. But it's like
so he's making fun of somebody.
I think he's
not
making
just The Rock.
I think that was a Heyman thing. I think it was Heyman going, you'd get a lot of heat if you wrote your promo without, like, those IWC marks.
Right.
They hate, they still talk about The Rock doing that. To this day, they talk about it. So Logan Paul doing it, just putting it right in front of his face too, and just reading it like blatantly is hilarious. I enjoyed it a lot. I got in a big argument with somebody because I said that he was the best heel in wrestling. It was like, oh, you don't watch MJF. And it's like, F dude.
I don't know, man. I think Dominic Mysterio may be a bigger heel.
Dominic Mysterio isn't even a heel. He's not even a heel.
He's a heel.
No, he is not. Do heels?
Heel,
okay, do heels get up on the second turnbuckle at WrestleMania and hold the title up in the air and say, come on, and make the crowd go crazy? Do heels do that? Because Dominic Mysterio did that.
When?
At WrestleMania.
Okay, that was WrestleMania.
I don't care. He's not a heel. He's a tweener.
Heel.
And he's good. Dominic Mysterio is one of the best in the business, but he's not a heel anymore. He's a tweener at best. He's like Eddie Guerrero. He's popping the crowds. He's doing Tadaz. He's doing all your stuff that you hate. He is doing that now. You got to watch him. And he's a tweener. Do you really think he's a heel still?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, it's again because he's doing heelish things. It's just that the crowd is behind him.
But if he
doesn't make you a babyface.
He doesn't wrestle like a heel.
Okay. Did he save a babyface?
Okay, so his character is literally a heel. Yes.
I didn't get an answer. There you go. There you
go.
No,
I just said his character. I agreed with you. I said if you're talking about his character literally being a heel, then yes. Okay, yeah. I'll give you that. But but when you're talking about best heel in the business, it can't be someone where you go, he's technically a heel, but the crowd really likes him and he does play to the crowd and he's a baby face in one company and he's a heel in another company and he's doing the Eddie bit, which people really liked Eddie for doing, and now he's doing it. Like, you can't play that stuff when you say, is he the best heel in the business, right? Okay. So when you're talking best heel in the business, it's a guy who does nothing to get the fans to cheer ever, and that's Logan Paul. He doesn't for a second try to get fans to cheer for him, ever. The only time he did was when he was teasing a face turn so that he could be more heel. That was the only time he did that. I don't know, but who else? I mean, defend Dominic.
I swear to you, like 4% of me is like completely distracted by this shit music. Like I'm being real. Like it's just like, all right, what? Like who is this? Christian's music?
Yeah, I think so.
Fuck. We're in trouble. Well, thank you guys for listening into the program so far. We've got a lot of people in the chat. If you'd like to hit that like, comment, subscribe button. Yeah, definitely. And if you want to leave a tip, it's all more than good in the hood on This Is Awful.
Down below. I don't think we, for some reason, it doesn't look like the stuff showing up in the, like our reminders in the chat aren't showing up. So I think something's going on wrong with that. But
if
we
do
have
description.
Yeah, it's in the description if you want to link down there. All right, so we have gone. We have 44 people, like you said. We have quite a few people in the chat for a Sunday. I'm more than happy with that. What do we want to do now? They want us to post the music link in Discord. People like the music, man.
Oh yeah,
the music. Yeah, so I don't know.
Ah, boy.
I'm trying to debate now because we have that video that we have coming up, the Tony Khan. Oh, you know what we can do?
Sure.
You had a video that you pulled, and we both pulled actually. So let me take a look at.
This is something that I wanted to talk about for many years, and it's like one of those urban legends. But this is the first time are we talking about the same one?
No, we're not talking about the same run, but you can pull that up. Go ahead and pull that. I didn't pull that.
Let me see if I have that one. And
we are not talking about the same one at all. We're not.
Okay. Well, I will say this. This was great.
I'll show you what I'll go ahead with what I was doing before you do that. So, this video came out this week, and it's a bit controversial. Oh wow. That didn't show up good. I need to fix that. That's not okay. You have to pull it up. The Backyard Wrestling one. You have to pull that one up too because mine isn't working well.
I will pull that up.
So, are you going to do the Bret Hart one first, though?
Yeah, we got to do the Bret Hart one first. If you haven't seen this interview that apparently Bret Hart did on the Johnny Pro show, holy shit! Dude, let me pause this thing and get this thing ready.
Yeah, I'll stop the music too.
Holy cow. This was amazing. Sorry guys, I'm a fucking boomer apparently. All right.
There we go.
Awesome. Let me blow that bad boy up. Take a listen to this if you haven't heard it. Let me see if I can turn it up. Put it up all the way. All right.
I think that Sean and Vince were sleeping with each other. I'm just telling you, I think I'm very close to the truth here.
I think you are too, Brett.
Sean and Vince were lovers, and that's why I'm being dead honest. And I'm telling you. We all know what the H stands for. We all know what the H stands for. I got caught between two lovers. And I got shafted and screwed over, and Sean was so envious and jealous of my position that he finally had to sleep with Vince to get it. And I tell you, I say all this with absolute. I would say it to Sean if he was right here. I would actually like to have Sean come clean and say, "Look, we were lovers." I'm sure they were. I have absolute 100%.
Pause.
If I saw either Vince or Sean.
Oh, there's more. Okay, go ahead. I thought it was almost at the end.
Okay, yeah. But there it is.
So, do you remember when first off, Mike, Alt Jake said that his most recent spaces with you was their most disliked episode ever.
Wow. Awesome.
So
somewhere now, folks.
So, do you remember that awkward moment about? It must have been 6 months ago or so that I actually brought this up on Toonie Talk Wrestling.
Can't hear you guys.
Oh, what was that? Did you hear that?
What the hell is this?
Do we have a run-in? Maybe
I'll
not.
be back, guys. Gotta figure out why this isn't working for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did send Time, our good friend, a link, and apparently it's not working very well. So,
Tom, you're here, but you're not here anymore. But
if you can figure it out, you're more than welcome to join us. Yeah. So a few months ago, I mentioned this on Toonie Talker. There he is. There's our boy Time. Hi, Time.
I got it working. There we go. Sorry, I couldn't hear you guys.
Hey, awful surprise! Time's here. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking, Time, what's going on, man? The fuck are you doing here?
Earlier tonight, I thought, you know what? Maybe I should have a backup in case Awful has a problem.
Unbelievable! Now listen to this, folks. You heard it here first. It was going to be the This Is Time show.
That's a good name. That's a good name for a podcast. I actually have Jake on standby for next week too, just in case.
Fuck you.
So.
Well, listen. Sometimes people drop their phones. Things happen.
Yeah.
I have a theory. I have a theory. Let's get to a conspiracy theory about Awful dropping his phone. That I think that I tell me how you don't have to tell me how right I am, Awful. Just
I'll tell you how right or wrong you are.
Respond with a
Best
grunt.
believe.
Respond with a grunt, and I'll be able to tell how right or wrong I am. I think that there's a possibility that Awful was at work all day, working hard, sweating, being a man, right? And he's getting texts, and he can't check them because he's at work. And he gets off work and he has 4,000 texts talking about something's going wrong and there's water everywhere and blah, blah, blah. And Awful got home and he saw what was going on and he looked at his phone and he goes, oops, and he dropped it in the water.
God, that is just so terrible. Terribly wrong.
I know.
Just why did this show go sideways? We got Time on here.
Fine, I'll see my way out. I'm
No. You stay your ass right here, my friend. Listen, we were just talking about the Bret Hart accusing HBK and Vince McMahon of being homos. Your thoughts, Time, because I got thoughts as well.
I mean,
do you believe it?
Is there a worst kept secret? I mean,
I think it's a worst kept secret. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be entirely shocked. I think that's been like an ongoing joke since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. Like, if that wound up being true, it'd be one of the least shocking things ever. If I'm not mistaken, like, didn't Vince give like?
Oh, keep going.
Doesn't it throw you the fuck off? Yeah. Just like
didn't
in your ear.
Didn't Vince give a Sean like a really passionate kiss? Like, it wasn't like a friendly kiss. It wasn't like a kiss I ever give one of my friends at the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Excuse me. I brought this up a few months ago on Toonie Talk Wrestling, and Marv sounded disgusted, and the chat kind of turned on me about it. And I'm like, no, I've seen like there's been like crazy Reddit threads about it. I'm sure this is what Time's seen. I'm sure the crazy long Reddit threads where it's like they have the little dots from Vince's eyes to Sean's eyes where it shows, you know, Vince in the daddy dom position. And Sean looking up at him lovingly and stuff like that. So Coke is a hell of a drug, man. I don't know. Like, do you literally think it's possible?
Do I think that they had gay sex?
Yes, literally. Like, not like, oh, you know, rumors backstage. I mean, do you think he literally took a
What we know about Vince McMahon, his proclivities, his picadillos, it became that much more clear to me that yes, they did some things. Maybe they edged each other off. I'm not really sure. Who knows? Maybe they did some taint rubbing. But yeah, maybe I will, without a doubt, the sexual tension between Vince McMahon and HBK, I'm sure was palpable, and it thrusted bad choice of words. It thrusted HBK into the spotlight, because Brett had listen. I'm not what do they call it? Homophobic? I haven't even used that word in like years. I'm not homophobic in any way, but yeah, I can see where Brett has more evidence than you and I do about how, things are going on backstage. Come on now. I mean, yeah. Kissing, groping, maybe the happy ass slap a few times, and probably got Vince wound up. Hey, maybe Shawn Michaels teased the hell out of Vince McMahon to the point where he became a superstar.
Now we're just now you're just reading your fan fiction that you wrote.
I'm not reading any fan fiction. I'm going by what I've always assumed, because I was a big Bret Hart fan, and I was also a big Shawn Michaels fan, but like it was painfully obvious, like the love connection that Vince and Shawn Michaels had.
Chef Eddie in the chat. All I know is Vince did not sleep with Brett because everyone knows only Brett screws Brett.
Hey,
he's
we
back.
Need a soundboard.
He's back. He's back.
Yeah.
So we just got through that. Do you have the backyard wrestling thing?
Let me see if I can pull that up for the audience here.
And for Time. Hi, Time. By the way, Time. This is Time. He's our good buddy. He's been on Tootie Talk a few times. He's in a secret schizo group chat with me and Awful, where we talk about wrestling conspiracy theories and who everyone is in real life. And
yeah.
Accurate.
Private doxing.
Yeah, dox each other.
Yeah.
And all
yeah.
Yeah.
Private doxing. What else?
Lots of deep fakes. Lots of deep fakes going on in our group chats. Lots of putting.
But yeah, let me see if I can pull.
Time has so many videos of him kissing divas. It's crazy.
No,
I must have missed that.
No, not at all. Actually, not a single one.
Yeah,
I can't believe that, dude. I got so angry. So everyone's out there like getting all. And by the way, the guy who did that with AJ is a creep. That is, I think that's I thought it was creepy when the broad did it with Jey Uso, and I think it's creepy when the guy does it with AJ. With AJ,
you really got to lay down the context bed, my friend.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
I think all of that stuff is disgusting. Sorry for cutting you off.
No, you're fine. So a guy made an AI video where he kissed AJ Lee, and then AJ Lee posted a thing saying, "I don't want that online, and I want you to take it down."
Mm-hmm.
And he got banned. He refused to take it down. He got banned from a big wrestling convention, apparently. And all of the wrestling media, they care so much about AJ Lee's wishes to bring that video down, that they took the picture and made it the thumbnail of every story. And now every time you search AJ Lee on Twitter or anywhere, the first thing you see is her AI image kissing some dude, because Ringside News and F4W and Fightful and Wrestleaholics or whatever, they all made that the thumbnail.
Right. And what's a funny thing? I hate to cut you off on that, but yes, it goes part and parcel as to like how things go viral, at least on Twitter. Like I've noticed like things that go viral are all like have been put down by WrestlePurists or Sean Ross Sapp or Ringside News, and it's almost like they dogpile it to make it that much more of a bigger thing on Twitter.
Yeah.
Am I incorrect on this?
No, you know who did it, and which is really bad because she should know better, and it's Victoria. Victoria has.
What did she do?
Victoria has a website. It's like Diva Dirt or something like that she's involved in. And she made a post where she's like, "This behavior is disgusting. I can't believe somebody would actually do something like this." And then linked to the story, which then put the picture that AJ Lee once removed from the internet on her Twitter account.
Jesus.
What you got? Todd? Talk.
No, no. Like, sorry, I thought I was talking at one point, but I have my mic muted at the hardware level.
I saw that. That's why I was bringing it.
Yeah, thank you. No, I was saying, I think all that stuff's disgusting. I think all of that's pretty terrible. Like that guy's a complete and utter freaking creep. Like, I like messing with AI. Like, AI is pretty cool, but it's stuff like that is just, I don't know. I don't like people like that, so I'm glad he's getting banned. People like Victoria and these other websites, like, sharing that, like, it's just I don't understand why people don't think more, or like, I don't know. It drives me crazy.
I think
Again,
they do things, and I think they don't care. That's what I think. Go ahead.
Yeah, because AI is the Wild West right now. Like there's no legislation to put these things, in their right place. AI is just like, listen, I can imagine all the designers out there were just like, let's pack it up, boys. Because once this thing gets to going, once AI video gets more streamlined over the next, I'd say 5-10 years, cooked.
Yeah.
Developers are going to be cooked.
Did you see?
And you can put, like with Grok 4. Did this imagery come from Grok 4?
No. This was the kissing app. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did you see the picture of Jade this week that looked so good? People were saying it looked like it was AI. Like Jade looked so good. Yeah. She looked like AI.
But people forget that there's been airbrushing as well.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah.
Basically the same thing.
Yeah.
But so that there was that big thing this week. There was a lot of junk with just bad journalism, bad. I don't know, dude. I think we should burn it all down at this point. Like, just get rid of all of it. Let's start over. That's what we're trying to do, kind of, right? Isn't that kind of what the whole point is here? Is just like if podcasts like ours and TTW and Pete and Pro Wrestle Times and Jake and all, if they become where people go to for wrestling talk, then that all makes that other crap obsolete, right? Like, we don't need that anymore, especially when you got guys like Mole and kind of the wrestlers out there giving their own point of view and the actual insider information. Boozer for WWE, although I'm convinced he's bullshit. That dude is what's that Discord server that everyone goes to now? I
have no clue.
Corey Hayes. What's his Discord server? You know what I'm talking? The paid one.
Wasn't that Self-Made?
No, Self-Made is Ibu.
Oh, okay.
Corey is PW something. I don't know. PWN is Corey.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure Booze is just a user of the PWN thing that they're trying to get to drive traffic to that board. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Ewan Kumia says Tony Schiavone is Mole. Yeah, probably. I believe it. I buy it.
No, I don't believe. I'm not buying that.
Who do you think it is?
Who do I think it was?
Who do you think it is?
I have no idea who it is now, but who I thought it was actually Sarah Stock.
Yeah. I thought it was Sarah Stock for a while too. I'll admit it. I thought it was Sarah Stock for a while too.
Still, who knows?
Time is. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say Time is convinced it's someone in England. He has
It's not that I'm convinced it's someone in England. Hey Mole, if you're watching. No, it's I'm not convinced it's someone in England. I don't have any solid beliefs of anything. It was actually Dose who caught on to like.
Oh, of course it was. Of course it was Dose.
It was Dose who was pointing out stuff like the way he spells color is kind of like European. And stuff like that. So I was like, I could see it. I have no idea who Mole is. The only thing I know for certain about Mole is they're real. They seem pretty chill, and I think they are doing what they do from a genuine place. I think my personal opinion on Mole, I think they're doing what they do because they recognize the dirt sheets are bad for AEW. So. Yeah. And I appreciate that and respect it, and whoever they are, I just want them to
not sue you.
Not sue you. It's
Yeah.
awful. You know, if this whole thing blows up, awful, me and you have the Mole podcast. You know that? We're gonna have This Mole is Awful will be the pod. Mole has given us the podcast rights to his life story, so
can't wait.
I know. Well, no, I can wait. I don't want it to blow up. I want him to do very well for himself. I want him to continue doing what he's doing and not get caught. We don't want him to get caught. Right. My advice to anyone.
Does this mean I want him to lose his job?
No. We don't want him to lose his job. We're not James Romero here. We're not gonna.
I mean, the company.
That was me. I have no problem with James Romero.
He works for the company. I want the company to go. I might be advocating for Mole to lose his job.
That's true. Amazing. That's true. But yeah, I have no issue with James. He's been on the show before. He's a really nice guy. No problem with him at all. He was just the first host that came to my head when I was doing that. I should have said Conrad Thompson. I apologize. Hey, awful. Edit that in post. You're going to edit that in post, right?
No, of course not. We don't edit any goddamn thing out here. Fucking YouTube wanted me to edit the episode 4 episode. I said, "Fuck you! I'll put this thing in 4 parts on the Twitter sphere." But I do have the living room wrestling extravaganza that happened. This looked like in your living room. Like, what the hell is this? And where did Time go?
Time's here.
Time's eating ice cream.
Oh, okay. He's eating ice cream. Cream. Right. Okay.
Well, I'm being polite and not making your viewers watch me eat.
We're going to
take a look at. Yeah, awesome. Thank you, sir. We're going to take a look at this video that was shown to me from a Twitter handle called Dudes Posting Their W's, and it's a bunch of kids wrestling in the fucking living room. Let's take a look at this nonsense. All right, let me blow her up and play. Oh my. Oh my God. It's over.
This stuff, dude, like, oh, come on, man. No.
I didn't get this far in the video. What are they doing?
They're backyard wrestling.
No, you're lying.
Just wait.
These dweebs know nothing about health insurance.
Yeah.
Yo, this is yo.
See?
That was it. Yeah.
Good God.
So, okay. We're watching again. We're watching it again.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Please don't do it to him, sir.
All right.
Holy
shit. You keep it running. Just keep it running muted while we're jamming here if you want.
Ready?
So, did any of you guys ever do to make sure we don't talk over each other? Awful. Did you ever do any stuff like this when you were a kid?
God,
yes.
No. I did it in the backyard. I never did it in the living room. We had wooden floors, so that wasn't working. But yeah, of course, every kid had the little backyard federation. I stopped doing it when I was 13 years old. You know, that's when the girls came around.
The close. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No. You had a butt. The closest I ever got. So I'm a hemophiliac, which means I can't do it. You know, I was. If you ever saw that episode of The Simpsons where he goes, "I love that time when you got down on your gun on the ground and said, I'm a hemophiliac," and then when he stopped, you kicked him in the balls. That was me. I had to do. That was my line of defense when I was a kid. So I couldn't really do stuff like this too much. I was the referee for one, though, and it was at a bowling alley. And we moved to different areas of the bowling alley whenever we got caught.
Jesus Christ. How old were you when this was going down?
10, 11. I mean, nothing, you know. And then when I got to be a little older, I said before, I knew the guy, you'll know him now as like Dirty Ronald McDonald or whatever his name is. He's in Times Neck of the Woods. He's you know, he's a indie hardcore, whatever kind of promoter. He's the guy who held the gun to the guy's head during the Last Man Standing match. He was the guy, or the I Quit match, and he was the guy who called out Burt Lauderdale a couple years ago for clout. Anyway, he went to high school with me, and he had a indie company, or it was a backyard fed, but he actually booked indie wrestlers there because he had a lot of money. So I went to that a couple times, and that's kind of how I got into indie wrestling in the area, by meeting indie wrestlers through that. But the most I did, honestly, was like, you know, I think one time me and my buddies hit each other with cookie sheets in a movie theater parking lot, you know, stuff like that, but nothing like that.
Nothing in the living room. Nothing next to the television.
I mean, my brother almost killed me once when I was 3 by body slamming me into a couch, but that was a whole different thing. Right. You know, nothing outside of like wrestling buddies and whatnot. And I don't know. Time does seem like the type who might have done it though, doesn't he?
Oh yes, absolutely. My buddy, you can find him on Twitter at Mocha Traps. He's a professional wrestler now for MLW. He's Mr. Thomas. He and I used to have false count anywhere matches inside his house that would end in the pool. We used to get into cage matches on the Jungle Gym where like we would actually like recreate like Shawn Michaels and HBK. I think it was that match. I forget which one. I think that was it. But we would create like stuff like hanging off of like the top of the Jungle Gym by our foot. I used to go diving off the top of slides in the playground. I lived in a trailer park, so like I would go diving off like the slides of playgrounds and stuff like that, like doing elbow drops. We were insane, but it was a lot of fun.
What was the age that you stopped?
15, 16. Yeah, I actually at one point I really wanted to go to like wrestling school and stuff. Like I wanted to be a wrestler. So like for me it was like pretty serious. Like actually I used to, that's actually how I got into like graphic design and stuff. Is I started making like mock-up t-shirts if we ever wanted to sell t-shirts or make our own t-shirts. I used to start doing that in like MS Paint and stuff. So
fucking MS Paint. What the hell?
So Will Ospreay put out a thing and he's like, I fully support this, bruv, or something. Which is the dumbest thing you could do when you work for a major wrestling company in the United States of America.
This is what happens when you grow up in like the late 90s. Seriously, like when you were like, you never saw the little warnings that they put out before the TV show, you know. The following program includes performances by highly trained professional athletes. It is not recommended that their actions be imitated in any form whatsoever in the home.
Well, it's just dumb.
That was the warning.
It's dumb. Okay. And I got people kind of crapping me for posting about this on Twitter. And like, I'm not going to blame kids for doing stuff like this. They're kids. That's what kids do, right? I don't love it, but I know it's what happens. I'm watching Max like a hawk because I already know that he was doing that crap on a trampoline at school when he went there. So you know, I'm not the biggest fan of it as a parent, but I get that it happens. But when you're wrestling in a major name in a national wrestling company, you can't say you support this stuff. You just can't. You can't.
You know why? Because it's not his fucking living room. That wasn't his sectional couch. That wasn't his 70-inch TV. So Will Ospreay is going to have a field day like, oh, I love it, bro. Yeah, because it's on video. It's on the internet. It looks good.
It's not going to be Will Ospreay's money when Tony Khan gets sued because one of his wrestlers went online and said he fully supports this, which caused some kid to go do it twice as hard and break his neck.
Right.
Like, you know, it's so I just can't believe that AEW, and with all the crap AEW makes people take down, they didn't make him take that down is insane to me.
They had no control over their wrestlers and their talent. We already knew that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the entire thing to me. Like, with Will Ospreay, it's like, I think it's one thing to privately appreciate something, and like I understand what he's trying to do. He's just trying to be someone who's like inspiring the next generation of wrestlers. Like I completely understand where it's coming from, but like this is where a lot of them forget the professional part of being professional, and they don't think about what they're actually saying and like the ramifications of what they're encouraging. Like I personally don't think it's like I would never encourage any kid to go do any of the things I did or any of the things we saw there. But like privately, like we're on a stream right now, so it's really not that private. But like I respect the hell out of like the athleticism the kids have and like the thought process behind the stuff they're doing. Like the stuff looks good. It's just stupid stuff though. Like they shouldn't be doing it. Like there's like the pushing. There's the washed old head who's sitting there and just like, yeah, they shouldn't be doing this whatsoever. But like, there's that part of me that used to do it, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool.
Well, there's the middle ground too, right? There's the guy, and I do respect this. I told you about a kid who went to my school and did this stuff in the backyard. A local wrestling promoter got wind that this kid was getting a lot of buzz and a lot of people going. And he went and he said, look, how about this? You come, we'll have a couple of your guys wrestle on the show. We'll train you guys properly for free if you help us promote our shows, give us some talent, do this kind of stuff. And worked out a deal where every one of those guys had free training that they could get trained properly and by professionals and know what they're actually doing in there instead of just running around hurting themselves. I respect that. I respect guys actually reaching out, and because kids are going to be kids and they're going to do it. You can't stop them from doing it. Now, as
they jumped out of the fucking window onto the grass behind. We're all three of us are dads.
Right. Yeah.
No one is taking this nonsense. Fuck you. Dude. Nice couches.
Here's if my kid was doing it,
my ottoman out the way.
If my kid was doing it, we'd move. Okay, but if I saw other kids doing it, I'm not gonna walk into the backyard and be like, "Listen here, young men, I'm telling you right now." You know, it's just would I call the cops? Probably not.
This looks like a weekend where the parents have to work,
right?
And it's like a couple hours before they come home to this carnage. I hope they cleaned up.
Well, this is where we have the rule. Like this is my kid's still young, but like this is where the rule of, hey, listen, if I don't catch you doing it and you clean up after yourself, just be safe.
Well, yeah, I told
if the blood is all cleaned up.
To be fair, I have already given my kid that speech where it's like, look, I know you're 12. Okay, dude, I know you're going to do stuff. But if I find out about it, I got to punish you for it. You know.
This is where you teach. This is where you teach the art of being responsible and covering your tracks.
It is responsibility. People don't
Did you guys ever film your fucking backyard wrestling matches?
I think I was too
yes for both of you.
No, we were too poor for that. But had I had a camera, yeah, I probably would have.
Do you want to hear? Do you want to hear the dorkiest thing you're going to hear like all week right now?
Until the next show, sure, let's hear it.
I didn't film my backyard wrestling matches because I'm hemophiliac and I couldn't have backyard wrestling matches. I did film my wrestling figure show when I was 10.
Oh, God.
No, listen.
Stop motion disc? Was it fucking stop motion? Okay.
No, it was a VHS camera put up on a bookshelf aimed at a blue WWF toy wrestling ring while I made my wrestling figures fight and did the commentary.
I bet you booked more logically than Tony does.
I'm so Tony Khan, man. I know I'm Tony Khan. I
I know I am too. You know why? Because I heard he carries that notebook around. I was like, oh, I used to do that.
I used to do that. So
I had a little notebook with all my brackets and my bracketology and stuff. And I was like, all right, well, Hulk Hogan's got to beat Bret Hart. I want to have the king of the. I want to have this be here. Oh yeah, no.
Awful. What'd you tape? You didn't tape your wrestling. What did you tape? You taped your wrestling. You taped your real wrestling though. You were too busy being an actual wrestler.
I mean, my God, like I'm hearing these stories. I just stepped away from the microphone for a second, and I'm hearing hearing you guys like, you guys had charts and fucking paperwork. What the hell?
You're white. Give us a break, man.
More organized.
We can't help it. Yes, there was a period from the time I was like 10 until probably 12 that I had a binder where I wrote down all like I would do storylines and I had statistics.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. You had to have the win-loss records tracked. It was a whole thing. Like you had to have power rankings.
And by the way, to be fair, the only reason it stopped when I was 12 was because I got a Nintendo 64. And I could do it on the video game. I didn't have to do it with figures anymore.
You know what the problem with these kids is? They're not selling enough. That's part of the reason. That's part of the problem.
That's because they're AEW fans.
Yeah, they're AEW fans, so they're not going to sell. Okay, that was fun. So we still have the big Tony Khan interview to watch, or the media scrum. We'll see how far we can get into that. I didn't realize you were still playing that awful. So
just as
for the record, I absolutely would have done that balcony spot there. The 100% something. Oh, 100%. Zero questions asked. I do that now at my age.
So, I'm going to, but I do want to take a quick break real quick.
Someone's got to pee.
I have something set up for you guys. Just remember though, like Awful said earlier, make sure you're liking the stream. Make sure you're subscribing. Awful is this close to being monetized, guys, and you can't see, but I'm holding my thumb and my index finger really close together right now. He is that close to being monetized. Also, he has to verify his identity, but as soon as he verifies his identity and gets those extra subscriptions, he's going to be monetized. So make sure you're subscribing, make sure you're liking, and share it. Tell everyone about us. If you feel so inclined, go down to the description and leave us a tip. I did see the bot started working, so you got that. I thought I had that working. And time. I hope you're going to enjoy this. Here's what we got. I'm going to switch back to this view here and enjoy a little bit of. We got our best bit from our last show out of this, by the way. So here you go, guys.
What to do? I don't know. What do you want to do?
You boys a bit bored? Step into it! Step into a Slim Jim! Turn to the spice! Beefy juicy taste! Hey, nice! Antique! Step into it! Need a little excitement? Step into a Slim Jim!
Jesus!
Yeah, I was gonna say they can still hear us. So.
I'm looking at Sting in this commercial, and it just dawned on me like he should have been way bigger than what he was. Like that's the look of a professional wrestler. There's the man right there. That wasn't Andre's voice, was it?
What's crazy is if you saw this commercial in 2025, your first thought would be, is that AI?
Hell no. I'd be like, that's 480p. 4HD.
And Wood's impression of the Ultimate Warrior. Kentucky Fried Chicken's impression of the Ultimate Warrior. And you can only make these impressions with WWF power stamps. There's Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. Big Boss.
Both dead. Him too. Oh boy.
Collect one each week only at Kentucky Fried Chicken and make your own impression.
Where were these commercials playing on?
night at Pizza Hut. Try serenading. Kids night.
Dude, I used to always hate commercials where they used to have white kids do rap. I hated that shit.
You can't miss Kids Night at Pizza Hut.
Demolition, put these bad boys in the Hall of Fame, please. I mean, let's stop playing around with it. Jeez. Rosewood, Sunday.
Psycho Savage, No Mercy, Demolition, Legion of Doom. What do Road Warriors wear on the road to destruction?
Bruce.
Peruse, shoes for your feet, pockets for your stuff.
That last look of Animals, like, whatever, dude. Pay me. For UWF being such a tough federation, they had the girliest colors. Like, what is that? Lime green? Lemon yellow? Yeah, that's my phone number. Again. Jesus. Yeah, thank you guys. Tonga kid.
Introducing Big Mama. Oh, God. The prize, $10,000. That's $1 a pound. In a no-holds-barred showdown. Someone shoot me. An outrageous Married with Children tonight.
Hey, homeboy, gather around. Some serious stuff gonna go down.
We interrupt to bring you a special Wrestle War 90 update. The cause of the injury to Sting from the cowardly ambush by the Horsemen, the NWA has ordered a World Heavyweight title defense match for Ric Flair against #1 contender Lex Luger.
Ah, that was a great promo. Ric Flair yelling at Sting, "Get out of this business!" The funniest line.
Before the slam, make sure you catch the fever.
Hulk Hogan has a fever.
It's a WWF special of epidemic.
I've been reborn again. SummerSlam fever. It's gonna be out of hand.
The Ultimate Warrior and all the WWF superstars will be here.
Don't touch that dial.
When the temperature in the ring reaches the boiling point, you've got the fever. SummerSlam Fever, a WWF special on USA. Sunday at 8, 7.
See, it'll be stuff like this that gets us to monetize this. I don't know what happens, but it'll be like, oh, there's a copyright strike against you. What the fuck? We just played your fucking 1990s version of professional wrestling commercials.
Yeah, it's an automated content thing.
I know. That's horseshit.
Wrestling buddies want to be your buddy.
What's going on up there? Nothing, dear.
WWF Wrestling buddies
See?
new from Tonka.
See, Dad got involved. He didn't read the warning at the beginning of the show.
Down, dog. A half dozen dogs. Hot dogging. Doing the dog. Double time. So what dog face Rick Steiner wear on his dog? Rude. Shoes for your feet.
Look, let's be honest. Where do
God damn. Ruse.
get their news from the Wrestling Fans Hotline, and so can you.
R.I.P. Joe Penasito,
900-230-1133. You'll hear the most up-to-date
who died recently.
world of wrestling possible. And not only that, it is the only hotline that
Take a look at that, folks.
fans to participate.
You tell me if that isn't 1983 ESPN right there.
Talk back to the wrestlers right here on the Wrestling Fans Hotline. Every Monday night, it's the Wrestling Newswire with Joe.
Is that BJ Bethel
Tuesday night, go behind
hanging out? Is this what he was doing before? You got a Twitter
Right.
account?
vote on Wrestling Point Counterpoint with Rich Mancuso. On Thursday night, it's the Rumble.
Or
Okay, I'll let
man.
this one play out, and then we'll.
On Saturday, it's Pro Wrestling
Do you guys have one of these? A local wrestling hotline?
It's $2 a minute, and kids, make sure your parents know you're calling. Find out what's going on
No.
in the world of wrestling.
Really?
The Wrestling Fans Hotline.
Not that I've ever seen.
All right. Yeah, we had one. It wasn't paid. It was a. It was called Postnet, and we got to call in and get all the latest wrestling news. And it was like on Tuesday it was Dave Meltzer's report, and on Wednesday it was Bill Apter's report. You know, it was stuff like that. So yeah,
I guess we had the ECW hotline. You know, I'm sure they gave a few scoops away from the other federations and things like that. But that was about the only local hotline having to do with professional wrestling. And if anybody from the Philadelphia area knows better than I do, I'd love to know more about it.
Did anybody? But I've got a lot of feedback that like that the commercial part is people love the commercials on our thing.
Yeah, they do. They get to hear offensive words.
Yeah, to the point that I'm thinking that maybe we will instead. Usually, what I do is the next week I jump to a different set of commercials. But I think from now on, maybe I will keep them going from week to week so they can actually finish out the entire video, because there's about doubled of what they had to do. Sorry about that. I did have to take a longer break than normal too. I had to go check on my shithead son who got grounded last week.
God damn this. I mean, listen, you are begging for somebody to call CYF.
He knows I love him. 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 No.
Better watch out. You'll become the next Ethan.
I know. I'll be Ethan Klein doing Giardia around here. No, they I had to make sure he had it's lights out. It was supposed to be lights out at 11. I gave him till 11:30. So all right, we are back, and we have are you excited about watching the scrum? Are you excited about watching the scrum, guys?
Fuck no, let's play this thing.
So now what I'm gonna do, because technically, we don't want to get struck, we don't want to get hit. And dude, have you seen all the Twitter accounts that have been hit by just showing clips from Full Gear last night?
No. Why?
They're
bloody.
They're on a rampage. AEW is just striking everybody.
I gotta
the what is it? The screwdriver spot is getting struck up and down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna play it behind us, and then if something happens that I think people deserve,
just switch our avatars, put me on top, put you on the, you know what I mean, like just
well, no, I'll show you it.
Yeah, just mangle it up, I guess.
So we are gonna go, let's find it here, and this is it.
I know we're not gonna go through this shit music.
No. I'm stopping it right now. I'm trying to stop it. Why won't it stop? Okay, there it goes. It's not pausing like it's supposed to, however. Oh, that's why.
All Elite Wrestling, Tony Khan.
Okay, so I can stop it. Okay, so this is not working the way I wanted it to, because I think we're still going to get hit if we do it like this. What do you think, Time? You think this will get it, or you think we'll still get hit?
Oh, you're absolutely going to get hit. But
yeah.
First off,
then I will do this one.
Why are they being inaccurate with what they just said? Like, I already were off to some inaccurate statements here. First, as far as I understood it, the CEO of AEW is Mercedes Moné.
Oh God!
So right off the bat, inaccurate.
Yeah, we're starting off with lying.
Okay,
which is par for the course.
I put the thumbnail up for from last week to block the image so that we can't get hit. What I figure we'll do every once in a while, if people want to see what's going on, we can pause it, take and show them a still of what's happening if people are really interested in it. But I think we'll be okay. So let's get back to the scrum. Tony's getting introduced, and I believe we have a big one to start us off here. I should hit play after I say that. There we go. Okay, it's going to go back here again.
Great being back here with you. Three
All
of
right.
the last 4 years we've been in the Prudential Center, and it's
So
5 straight years.
Awful, you haven't had to watch a whole bunch of these.
At Full Gear. We're
Right.
really excited about tonight's show. We had a great
I had to watch a couple of them.
It was a great
You had to watch a
pay-per-view.
couple of them.
A lot of really exciting things happened.
Usually it's Marv who's forced to watch him while he's heavily intoxicated.
Right.
With a brand new
I am not intoxicated tonight.
Yeah.
Sadly.
But you know what's good is that we didn't have to watch 4 hours of an AEW or 5 hours of an AEW pay-per-view before it. So maybe it'll be a little bit easier. So Mark Briscoe is up first.
You did it. You won the TNT championship. You and Kyle Fletcher.
I'll let Renee talk here for a second.
5 for you guys. Such high stakes going in to this match. But look at that beautiful new title that you've been gifted from Orange Cassidy.
I'd love to.
My good friend Orange Cassidy presented it to me on behalf of the entire conglomeration, my road family, as I like to say. And I could not be happier with the lovely design.
So there is something controversial here. Well, I'll turn them down a little bit while we're, because it's just BS right now. What did you see the title? I didn't see. Did they do a custom title for Briscoe?
I think we should take a look at it.
I don't think they're showing it. That's the problem. They're not. Here, let's look. I'm pretty sure they aren't.
Piece of AEW content I'm consuming. Holler at Tony with you guys. That's about it.
All right. Yeah, I didn't notice anything specifically done to the title, but maybe the chat can tell us more about it. But let's get back into it.
Family, thank God, and thank all y'all, all the fans, everybody who supports it, because this is, I mean, it really is. I can't really quite find the words, but it feels pretty good.
How about boring?
Well, yeah, we gonna head on down Delaware. We don't got far to go.
That voice has to be a work, right?
No. This is Delaware. This is Delaware.
Yeah. Oh, Cash Martinez.
Who?
How much more special is the title win here compared to in essentially any other city in the country?
Yeah.
Where were they?
It really is a significant thing because
where were they?
I'm not really sure. Weren't they in Greensboro? I could be wrong.
Was it Greensboro? Okay.
Don't quote me on it.
New Jersey.
Okay.
We had, a little bit of a falling out, whatever, with the Delaware promotion, and Sewell, New Jersey was the next stop for the Briscoe brothers. So New Jersey, I mean, is pretty much.
Any big Briscoe fans here?
I've never been a Briscoe fan.
I was. Yeah, I was legit. I was lucky enough to see the what was it, the ladder war in ROH between them and Kevin Steen and El Generico, one of the greatest ROH matches of all time. And where Age of the Fall debuted and that whole thing, I was live front row for that. So love the Briscoes.
They can't hear the scrum right now, they said.
Yeah, I know. I don't want, if I turn it up, we can't hear each other. That's the only problem. But let me they didn't say anything, don't worry.
You won tag team titles. How is this winning your first single titles compared to those titles?
Man, it's cool. It's cool. It's a different feeling. I never quite had.
See, this is what I mean. I'll turn it up when it's important. Okay, guys, you just gotta trust us on this.
Trust me. I'm almost banking there will be nothing of import that Mark Briscoe will say.
Mark, there is actually. I think the most newsworthy thing came from Mark Briscoe's section. Actually,
are you talking about?
He's talking about a singles wrestler. I'll turn it up a little bit if they want to hear it.
A couple times we saw you a couple years ago in the tournament, and the second year in the Continental Classic, a much better performance, and you were in it until the last night. You had a chance to advance up until the last night. A great performance, and you actually, including in that tournament,
Continental Classic.
Kyle Fletcher. It was match 2 in the series. Was actually in the.
They're about to do another one of those too, by the way. Who's excited about the new Continental Classic? All of us. Everyone really pumped about it.
I'd rather burn my eyebrows.
So excited! I know it's gonna have just the best wrestling on professional TV.
I want Big Boom AJ to win the whole thing. That's what I want.
Yeah, he's my dark horse.
I'm serious, dude. Could you imagine just how big of a deal it would be if Big Boom AJ got to win that thing?
Of course not. This.
What are you talking about?
It would be a big deal to you.
What a great story!
No, it wouldn't be a great story.
Great story. Hey, I have a question. Who would you rather see win the Scrum, win the Continental Classic? Okada,
Daniel
or Big Boom
Garcia.
AJ?
Turn this goof off right now so we can talk. Seriously.
Fast forward.
Yeah.
Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah, you want Wheeler Yuta to win? Awful. Is that your choice?
No.
Daniel Garcia.
Give it to fucking
Bandito.
Shelton Benjamin.
Oh yeah, right.
Actually, yeah, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind Sheldon winning it.
I wouldn't. I'd love Shelton to win. Do you think Shelton's going to win?
No, of course not.
Oh, right.
They were here, and I mean, so it's just it was really it was humbling. It was humbling.
I want Big Boom AJ to win. I want them to do a storyline where he's not thinking, he's like, oh, I'm just happy to be here, guys. I'm just happy to be here. And then he picks up a little bit of points. And with the way the points work out, suddenly people are like, wait a second, he could win the thing. And he's like, guys, I'm training really hard. That's what I want to see.
Mike Glass asked this, what's your obsession with Big Boom AJ?
Because I think it's the funniest thing ever that AEW has Big Boom AJ in their company.
So we got him a gear bag,
Not only not funny, it's pathetic.
I find it funny because it's like they like to make a big deal about like Logan Paul or Jelly Roll, right. And it's just like, all right, well, come on.
You had Mike Tyson, you had Shaquille O'Neal, and you had Snoop Dogg. You chased all three of them away. All of them are bigger than Big Boom AJ.
Oh, here, wait. Stop.
Was that you guys were not
here we are.
In AEW before Jay's untimely passing. Well, now you're the TNT champion. Kind of put that into words that, from basically for something that happened years ago.
This is the only
now where not only are you on AEW television, you're a champion and you are one of the faces of this company. To kind of talk about, the full
one of the many faces.
Yes, sir. It really was.
So I don't know, because I was a little late turning it up, but if people listening didn't hear, he said that when they first got signed, that WBD did not want them on their show.
Right.
And he's asking how it feels now, knowing that he's the champion.
Saying the word faggot can get you destroyed.
Yeah. So and also more, a little more than that.
Okay.
But yeah, let's see how he responds.
Really is a crazy story, like where allegedly the reason that we couldn't be here was because a TNT executive
who's long gone.
Yes.
A long departed.
Here comes Tony.
Yeah, and no, I mean I love
somebody who is long gone and I'll leave it at that.
Ever since
why'd you bring it up?
Yeah.
God damn, he's such a
TNT TBS that I've met has been.
I'll let him here. I'll let him
This
finish.
place is the best. This is the absolute greatest. It's a great place, and again, that is not somebody that is part of the family of the network or part of this family.
So scared.
Now.
So scared.
I mean, so cool. But
I wish I could see some body language.
I can. Let's here. I'll take it back a little bit.
Hit. Fuck it. I mean, what the hell?
You okay with it?
Do? Yeah, let's play
okay,
the
reason that we couldn't be here was because.
Hang on, I'm trying. I'm since we're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and do it here. I think. Nah, I'm not. Okay.
Server. This also goes.
Ever since I've been here, in every single individual
years ago to now, where not only are you on AEW television, you're a champion, and you are one of the faces of this company. To kind of talk about, the full circle of that.
Yes, sir. It really was really is a crazy story. Like where
I realized we were muted when I made us
allegedly the reason
invisible,
that,
so I'll just move us to the side there.
We couldn't be here was because a TNT executive
who's long gone.
Yes.
A long departed.
Yeah. And no, I mean,
I'm of the belief it's Kevin Riley.
Who is long gone.
You think it's Kevin Riley?
The president of TBS and
ever
TNT.
Ever since I've been here, and every single individual from Turner, TNT, TBS that I've met has been
the best.
Amazing.
This place is the best. This is the absolute greatest.
Dude, would you shut the fuck up? Let the man answer.
This is the best. This is the best place ever.
The family of the network or part of this family now.
Yeah, I mean, like, so cool,
with your
but
old
it's
bring
like,
around the collar shirt.
Like, to answer your question is just crazy because
he's so uncomfortable.
So many years ago, it was, we didn't know there was a point where, the trajectory of the Briscoe brothers, which it was just all up. And then, some unfortunate comments were made by my, big head brother. But, it's one of the things where you live and you learn. And people,
of course,
kind of have seen and acknowledged that.
Can we get this guy a white towel, by the way?
I love Mark Briscoe, but Mark wasn't exactly an angel back then either.
It's just
he didn't use bad words though.
Like you said, the full circle aspect.
Kind of
that bad word.
It really is.
Hey.
It's mind blowing, man.
Listen,
put in the words.
Awful.
It really is.
He's a boy from Delaware. He said some words.
It's important for me to know, like
a fucking tissue.
I also think about it every day and think I did everything.
What's he gonna blow his fucking nose?
I tried so many times, and this person who is no longer here would not budge.
I need to hear.
So I
need to
my way to thank a person who came in and changed every day.
I need to go back. I need to hear Tony talk about it.
We did learn from our mistakes, and it's
Okay.
like, okay, now it's like, it's just like you said,
He has no idea what to say.
It really is. It's mind blowing, man. It's hard to put into words. It really is. It's hard to put into words.
I think first of all, it's important for me to know, like I said,
and he put it on the table. Like he didn't hand it to him; he put it on the table.
But I also
think about it every day.
I did everything personally I could because I tried so many times, and this person who is no longer here would not budge. So I want to go out of my way to thank a person who came in and changed everything. And
a person that came in. Okay. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Okay.
See.
So you're saying that not only was there a WBD executive who was in tuned enough to Ring of Honor to know that the Briscoes had a controversy 5 years before AEW started. Not only was that did that happen, but then someone came in who was in tune enough with the IWC and with Ring of Honor to know that it was 5 years ago and that Jay had passed on, and that this is bullshit. This is, who didn't want the Briscoes on AEW? The Young Bucks. That's who didn't want the Briscoes in AEW. And they have to cover their ass because Tony has used WBD as a scapegoat for so many years, thinking that it wouldn't come back around. And now it came back around. And he has to cover his ass so hard by saying, no, look, the guy who told me, he's gone. He's not here anymore. I know you didn't hear him tell me, but he told me, but he's gone. And we don't have to worry about him. Now there's a new guy that came in and he said that it's okay because I asked him and he said it's okay. But that it's his girlfriend in Canada, dude. That's all this is. That guy never existed.
I'm sorry, my friend. You can't say that. This man is now at a Scrum.
I know.
He said these things. There's going to be a deep dive into who that executive
No, there isn't.
was.
You think WBD watches this?
I'll do a deep dive.
You'll do it.
Find out. And a few other people as well. But I mean, like, if it leads nowhere, and it turns out to be one of the Jacksons.
How are you
Nicholas
gonna?
Burnett.
You're never gonna know. You're never gonna know. No one's ever gonna tell the truth. It's never going to come out because
Here's
the
some
people,
things that you can do. You
What?
can find out when Mark Briscoe showed up on the scene, and at least go back 6 months and find out who might have picked up a job or lost a job.
Dude, there are 100 people are fired and hired in a company that big every
Well, obviously,
day.
it's not some low level guy, though. You know what I mean? Like it's
Well,
an executive.
He could he could be like, you could look at the calendar and he'd be like, oh, the guy, okay, he was Zaslav's secretary's mailman.
With that much power,
but all he has to say is that he told me that they didn't want them there and that he had a feeling it wouldn't be smart. And so I got the feeling that it wouldn't be a good idea but apparently they're gone and apparently they were wrong. And now I can, dude, it was the Young Bucks. It was clear. Look what they did to LAX. Look what they did to FTR. Look at what they did to every decent tag team they brought in. They destroyed them. They weren't going to be able to destroy the Briscoes. They didn't want the Briscoes anywhere near AEW. Do you think the Young Bucks ego can handle that? Seriously? Huh?
I hate that in 2025 I agree with you because I really wanted to believe in them for a while. I really believed them when they said they wanted to make tag team wrestling a focus in AEW. But really what it feels like is they wanted to make the Young Bucks the focus at one point.
The FTR just won the belts. Here's the chain that you're going to see. FTR won the belts. Edge and Christian will win the belts next. And then the Young Bucks are going to beat Edge and Christian. And then that way they can say, we beat the Hardys and we beat Edge and Christian. We're the greatest team in the history of professional wrestling.
I hate
that though, and it's untrue.
I hate that you're probably right about that. It's like, for me, what started my disenfranchisement with AEW was actually the whole FTR scenario. Because, like, I love really well executed tag team wrestling. It's one of the reasons I actually like the Outrunners. I
like the Outrunners.
I think they do. You might not love their gimmick, but like from a technical perspective, as far as tag team wrestling goes, they are a throwback. And I love that about them. Like they're an actual tag team that functions like a tag team. And like, I think you could put them in a WWE system, and I think they would do really good as an enhancement tag team and could possibly even give you
like a bunch of jobbers. That's what they'd be great at.
I mean,
I don't know.
From what we've seen in AEW, I think that's fair to feel that way, but I feel like there's enough talent there that I think that with the right coaching, they could be more.
And I think they're a better fit in WWE too. I think that they at least NXT, maybe not WWE, but at least
I think they're a great NXT tag team, but like I don't think they're bad in AEW necessarily from what I've seen. But I'm using them as an example though of like a tag team that I really dig. That again, I feel like they're being held back there a little bit. But like with FTR, I was like, I loved the fact that we're going to AEW and I was going to get to see them be like this kick-ass tag team. And then they go on this huge run where they're where they're ranked number 2 or number 1 for the Bucks titles. They have all the different tag team titles in all the different places, like Mercedes is doing now, and they're trying to act like that's original. And they couldn't even get TV time.
Do you think there's some lore that we might have to give Awful, since he was a Ring of Honor guy, to really understand the situation?
Yeah, sure.
Are you up for a little bit of a lore dump, Awful? Is that cool?
Don't bore me, gentlemen.
I won't bore you. You'll like
actually, this. Sir.
You'll like this one. You'll like this one. So okay, so the Bucks, they made their name kind of on the West Coast. They toured around the country, but they were never.
I know the Young Bucks lore, of course. Yeah,
they were never. When they went to Ring of Honor, they were always like the number 2 team.
Sure.
They could never break the Briscoes.
Yeah.
They even brought in the Motor City Machine Guns, who were pretty much universally accepted as the best tag team in the world at the time, to beat them, but they still couldn't get the crowd behind them the way the Briscoes did. So then the Bucks started going to Japan more, and they started this whole elite, or they started the Bullet Club, which turned into the Elite, which became a global sensation, which got them in Hot Topic, which got them all this stuff. And then they'd go back to Ring of Honor, and they still wouldn't be as popular as the Briscoes. They still wouldn't be there, right? So when it came time that the Young Bucks got to start their own company, first off, if they really thought the Briscoes were something, they would have signed them day one. They didn't sign them day one. They didn't get the Briscoes until Tony bought Ring of Honor. And then it was a thing where if Tony didn't sign the Briscoes, people would freak out. He had to sign the Briscoes. So he did. And what did he do with them? He put them in Ring of Honor to feud with FTR. He pulled FTR down from AEW to have them feud in Ring of Honor. Mm-hmm. He didn't pull the Young Bucks down, which was their top team. He pulled the team that the Young Bucks beat down to Ring of Honor. He did not do the Young Bucks versus Briscoes. Instead, he did FTR versus the Briscoes 3 times. And this is when Ring of Honor was running like quarterly. So they didn't even have weekly shows. And then the whole time he would say, he was saying publicly, hey, we'd love to bring the Briscoes up, but the network doesn't want them to. And actually, what I don't even think it was Tony. I think that was just a dirt sheet thing. That was something he leaked to the dirt sheets to say, like, the dirt sheets were saying, yeah, the WBD doesn't want him up there. But then once Jay died and Mark came up, that's when Tony started screaming, hey, we weren't allowed to bring him up. It was WBD. Mm-hmm. But it was just because knowing that backstory, I can't see how you can actually believe that someone in Warner Brothers cared enough about the Briscoes to not want them to have a match on AEW.
I would be more inclined to believe that the Young Bucks probably talked to an executive who had empowered them, maybe a Kevin Riley, and he was just like, okay, I'm convinced. The man said, the F word on, publicly, and so now, we'll just keep him off television.
Okay.
I can believe that.
I can believe that.
I believe the executive was Kevin Riley, because Tony Khan, I mean, listen, billionaire or not, you do not go on, on television or any media presence and just lie outrageously as if this as like the executive is a figment of your imagination. You at some point in life, you're going to have to come up with a name. Okay. The internet is forever.
Right. And yes, by the way, chat, yes, the Bucks did not start the Bullet Club. I'm sorry if I said something like that. I was just trying to frame the story in a way that I didn't have to go in 9 different directions to explain everything.
Oh,
yes.
You're fine. I thought they were talking. For some, I didn't even hear what you were saying. I was focused on chat for when you said that. I thought they were talking to me.
Asshole.
Well, I mean, when Awful speaks, I listen. When Dis speaks, hey,
the chat said they think that I'm the only person who actually watches AEW. What's funny is that I don't. I'm just a better bullshitter than a lot of. I used to, though. I used to be a big AEW guy. So up until
so was I.
Yeah, up until right before I got on Twitter, I was a big AEW guy. So
my closet's full of AEW shirts that I'm trying to get rid. I'm starting to get rid of. It's full of Bullet Club related. I have Bullet Club related shirts. I have AEW hoodies.
Yeah,
children are going to be in love with you.
Yeah, I really liked AEW for a while, but it was shit like FTR not being able to get so much as TV time when they were like what was it like? They held 6 different tag team titles, and like not even just like rinky dink promotions either. It was like, wasn't it like AAA?
It was real companies. It was real.
Yeah, it was real companies, not like not like these indie places that book you for $10,000 and then have the curtains fall down on you.
Yeah, so for a couple years, I stopped watching WWE in like 2017, 2018 when it got really bad, and I just didn't watch wrestling until AEW came around, and I started watching it, and I stuck with them probably until Brawl In, right? Brawl Out. Which one was the first one? Brawl Out was the first one, right?
Right.
Yeah, Brawl Out was the first one. So I stuck with him until Brawl Out. And then Brawl Out was about the time that I was like, okay, because I remember specifically going online and being like, hey, I don't think that CM Punk is entirely to blame here. And then immediately just getting people coming after me and yelling at me. And then hearing that terrible Kenny promo when he came back. And just realizing,
I got
a
question for both of you.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, my head is starting to like rack.
Okay.
What made you guys think that AEW would be and I'm being so fucking dead up.
I get it.
So real. Like I have lived through UWF. I lived through. Do you guys remember about maybe a decade ago? There was like this scuttlebutt about like there's some big finance here ready to make a wrestling promotion, and it's going to have Booker T, it's going to have Hogan and all, and it never happened. This has happened so many fucking times in professional wrestling. When AEW came around, I swear to you, I'm not joking. I was just like, oh yeah, this is going to come and fucking go.
Yeah.
Because there was no infrastructure around it. The way they came on the scene was just like, we're here to be a replacement for WWE. I knew it was a wrap right then and there. And I bet you a lot of people in the chat probably feel the same way. Like there was no long lastability.
I'll take it first. I'll take it first. I never thought that they were going to destroy WWE. I never was under that impression. You have to remember, Awful. I stuck with TNA for like 10 years after they started.
Oh boy.
Right? Like I was just a wrestling fan, and WWE had gotten so bad. And you have to everyone in their heart of hearts knows that 2018, 2017 WWE was the worst of the worst. It was Vince running on fumes. He had no new ideas. Nothing good was happening. It was just like, okay, let's sit back and watch the same matches over and over again until Brock Lesnar shows up every 6 months. Like that's what WWE had become at that point. And hold
on, but wasn't AEW like ROH just with a bigger audience?
Yeah, that was great. That's
the problem right there. Yeah. The whole formula was through a company that was tertiary to everything else. Like Ring of Honor wasn't making any fucking waves. Why would you want to emulate anything? Looking,
you have to be. You are under the impression.
I'm just passionate. I'm not angry.
You are. Yeah, I know. I get it.
It's just like I saw it from the minute it showed up.
And you have to realize that at that point, I was not I was just watching wrestling because I wanted wrestling. I needed some kind of wrestling, and WWE wasn't doing it for me. And there's some other kind of wrestling there, and at least it wasn't boring. Okay, it had nothing to do with, do I think these guys, I wasn't the guy going like, AEW is going to destroy the WWE. I was never under that.
Not even that. It was just like, what are they doing here?
Yeah.
Their whole premise is all flawed from the jump. Like
I really like
they should have just started off small.
Yeah, I really like stupid things too. You have to realize that. I
mean, truly.
And so I like Big Boom AJ, right? So I like stuff that's stupid. And did I think they were going to beat it? No. Here's what happened. Every time I started wavering, something happened, right? It's like the explosion match happened. I'm like, this is bullshit. This is so bad. And then like it'd be like, well, but we might get Brian Danielson. You know, I mean, it was always like there was something that was like, okay, well, I'll keep watching. Like Cody left, and I'm like, this sucks now. And then you're like, oh, well, there's still CM Punk, and then CM Punk left, and you're like, this sucks now. And you're like, oh, but he might come back. Like there was always something that was like, I'll at least give it 2 hours every week. It wasn't until I realized that AEW wasn't like TNA. Honestly, TNA was just a group that was like, hey, we don't like what WWE's doing. Let's put on our own thing. We're never going to beat WWE, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun while we have time. Now, when Bischoff and Hogan came in, they ruined that, right? But that's what TNA was built on, was like, we're the alternative. And I thought, hey, you know what? It'll be fun. I thought from day one that Tony was going to blow his money and that, but at the same time, I was like, I'm here to watch it. I'll watch it happen.
I got a question. TNA, their first broadcast, what did it look like?
Dog shit.
Precisely.
Dog shit.
Precisely.
But I still, dude, I can watch dog shit. I want to hear what Time Master say. What was your thing about AEW?
I think you hit the nail on the head a lot there. For me, it's like at that point in time, so like you understand, for me, I think a lot of people probably relate to this. Like wrestling for me was just at one point in my life, it was like my favorite hobby. It was my favorite thing to watch, my favorite thing to talk about, collected all the figures and all that stuff when I was a kid. And as I got older over time, I stopped liking the product as much. Like it was stuff like feeling like there were wrestlers that were super talented that weren't being given opportunities because they didn't fit a certain look. And it was not liking the way the writing was going at certain points, like stuff like suffering succotash. Come on.
This is the show, guys. Deal with it. This is what we're watching. This is what we're doing. This is
and so for me, it was like, all right, cool. Around the time like of CM Punk, I started to like, once I saw CM Punk and I started to get familiar with him and his background, I wasn't like never a huge Ring of Honor person. Like I was never like the biggest fan in terms of like, I never watched it because I just didn't really know how, if that makes sense.
Right.
But like I would
dedicated television.
Yeah. So as time goes on, like I start, going through YouTube clips and I start seeing all these great wrestlers that are out there that aren't in WWE because they just don't fit WWE style. But I found out they're in New Japan. So I started watching a little New Japan when I could. I paid for, their website. I would find clips. I'd find ways to watch it because I'd want to check out what Kenny Omega was doing, or I'd want to see what the Young Bucks were doing, honestly. And honestly, Cody Rhodes. So like when he left WWE and he went to TNA, like I was following Cody's career at that point. So anything Cody was attached to, I was automatically interested in because I really liked what he was doing. So I never thought that AEW was going to beat WWE. Like that was never an ambition I personally had. I was just excited to have an easily accessible alternative to WWE that would showcase people who I personally felt could be in WWE in some capacity. Like I thought, like athletically speaking, in terms of like their skill sets, I thought they could. I thought it'd be a great place to see people who maybe couldn't break the ceilings in WWE and see what they looked like in another place. And I wasn't too interested in TNA at that point because like their production just wasn't anything I was interested in.
TNA at that point, besides LAX, was as boring as WWE was.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair. I know that every time I would try and tune into a TNA show, I would zone out and not want to watch it. But like AEW, that first year or two, there was actually some pretty decent stories going on, and I really I liked things like being the elite, and I like how that tied into things. Now a lot of the things I appreciated early on, I realized were mistakes, because like they catered to someone who was terminally online like myself. But I recognize that they weren't going to be like, I recognize that they never brought that stuff into the actual show. So the people who were more casual, didn't understand the nuances and didn't understand the stories that were going on. And like, I thought that was bad. And then all the CM Punk stuff happened. But like early on though, I really liked the idea of what they were going for. I liked the concept of a more sports-based wrestling show. I feel like early on, it really didn't feel nearly what it is today. Like I feel like early on, like it felt more like more like a modern take on like Stampede Wrestling or something like that.
I was gonna say it felt like a modern take on Jim Crockett.
Yeah, it felt like a modern take on that, which is where I think the Cody Rhodes influence comes in. I really feel like is
that because of the atmosphere, gentlemen, or is it because of the baubles that came with it, like the NWA Championship?
I don't know. I think it was the atmosphere. Like there was something about the vibe back then, like the presentation, the pacing of the shows.
They had the Nitro feel where this is when they had full arenas too. You have to remember, this is when they were still doing, pretty good business, at least comparable to what WWE was doing at the time. And they had that feeling of like, remember how Nitro would dim the lights and kind of look like a more, it looked more like boxing than wrestling. Right,
a more intimate venue. Yes,
not even more intimate. Not even more intimate. It was more like, let's forget about what's going on around the ring and let's focus on the ring. That's kind of what Nitro had going, right? Like you got, they had the lights going on right around the ring, but then it just felt darker in a way, more sports-like is how I always present it. And I think that they did a better job of portraying that at first. And I will give just presentation gives you some points, right? But I'm sorry to interrupt you, Tom. You can keep. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Oh no, you're good. It's your show. Yeah. So that's ultimately what it is for me. It's like I just really was happy to have a place that, like, at least on the lip service side and on the execution side, on some points, they wanted to focus on tag team wrestling again. Like I hated the WWE at that point, viewed the tag team, even today to some degree. It's gotten better, but like the tag team division was a throwaway division. You didn't have any real serious tag teams, like that lasted at least. I liked the idea of having new people featured, which obviously has not turned out to be that as much as we like. And I liked the idea of having an environment where wrestlers could have more creative freedom. And I have now seen why that was wrong.
But people in the chat are saying things like, when Goldberg, okay, this is Cross 306, one in 1980. I'm not sure what your screen name is. It doesn't show it on my side. I apologize. When Goldberg beat The Fiend, I swore off WWE until Vince was gone. I'm sure it's a weird line to some, but whatever. And I don't think it is. And here it is with AEW.
We all know that WWE sucked at the time.
Yeah.
That's just universally known and accepted.
Right. And with AEW, right, it's like, okay, do I enjoy every segment? Absolutely not. Do I think these matches are great? Some yes, some no. But I don't know what to expect. I don't know what he is going. It's so fresh for the first 3 or 4 years. You're in that state where it's so fresh that they could push anybody. Anybody could win this match. I don't know what's going to happen next. And there's at least some kind of excitement, whereas WWE was so predictable and by the numbers. And so it was just like, if I'm going to watch wrestling right now, I'm at least going to pick the one that I don't know what's going to happen. Because WWE, I could literally sit there and tell you moves before they happen. Like it was.
You know what this is? This is kind of telling. It seems that you guys prefer, and I'm going to be biased. I prefer character development. I want to know the people who are on my screen. I want to know what they're about, what they're doing, who they're catering to. What am I looking at? to just have two strange people that I don't know anything about have a great match is not enough of a pull for awful wrestling. Maybe not for you guys, but for me, I feel like you guys pretexted with a couple of things. You guys said like, we know they were never going to destroy WWE. I don't remember AEW coming out saying that they were going to destroy WWE. I just don't remember that happening as far as their press conferences. Now, that was kind of like afterwards. That was after like their first Dynamite where they felt like they hit a home run with that 1.4 million viewership.
They didn't. Jericho did.
Jericho did.
Even better. But it's just like, I feel like AEW went a couple places that they should never have gone to. They should have never did these press conferences. I don't remember ECW or any like it. They just should have started from the ground up. Stop being something that you weren't.
No, but
I understand that WWE was terrible at the time, and they felt like the iron strike while the iron is hot. But as you can see, the results of that are just terrible.
It's funny because the press conferences are obviously a failed experiment. That was them going, hey, UFC does it. We want to be a sports-based presentation. Let's try to do it. But then WWE did it, realized it wasn't working, and stopped. Okay?
Yes.
AEW is still doing it.
It adds no value to it.
And by the way, we're supposed to be watching it right now, and we've gone into an entirely different conversation that I think we've all decided is way better than watching that fucking press conference right now.
Yeah, that was going to be fucking brutal.
Yeah.
That was going to be brutal. I just want to watch highlights of the Full Gear
and we can't
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course not.
I mean, I couldn't even pull them if I wanted to. I couldn't even pull them if I wanted to because they've all been pulled from social media. So I couldn't. It's literally impossible without pulling up an illegal stream of it.
Lovely.
Anyway,
but I want to ask people in the chat before we, because I always love the survey.
Okay, I'll pull
in the chat. If you felt genuine excitement for AEW, hit 1. If you felt that AEW was not really going to make any waves, hit 0. I'm just trying to see something.
I'm putting a full poll of were you excited about the AEW? So we will get results.
So I just want to say real quick, awful. No, you haven't. You're right. Like one of the I have pitched a number of things over the years as to like what I would personally try out if I were them. Which I'm a nobody. I've got no experience. These are just my ideas. But like if they're trying to go for the sports based kind of presentation, it always baffled me. They never learned from things like Dana White's Contender Series, or even just a UFC Fight Night. Like
gut check from TNA. I mean.
Gut checks. I didn't watch much TNA.
Okay.
But I tried watching TNA and I couldn't when I was younger. For me, it was LOL TNA at that point.
See, I was the right age for it, and also I got to go to Nashville and actually, meet guys and stuff. So
I have a different appreciation for TNA looking back on it. But at the time, I couldn't appreciate it for what it was. I was so WWE brained at that point. But
I don't remember TNA going ham against WWE until like Eric Bischoff showed up on the scene and Hulk Hogan. But before then, it was just like we're doing our own fucking little thing. I do remember Jeff Jarrett going like, hey, we're in our 6th year. Eat this. You know what I mean? Like
they kind of had the EC. There were more ECW than WCW all the way up until Eric Bischoff showed up. Where it was like they're going against WWE, but they're not. They know they're not going to replace WWE. Like how ECW was always like F WWE, and then nudging WWE at the same time. That's how you felt with TNA until Eric Bischoff showed up, and then Eric Bischoff showed up and was like, "We got to go on Mondays and kill them," and it was just like, "Nah, dude, it's not happening." Well, if you remember back then too, on the night that the quote unquote, Monday Night Wars version 2 started, Thursday got a better rating for TNA. The replay on their normal night got a better rating the second week. Like the first week, the regular, the Monday night show did great. But then the second week, the Thursday show actually did better ratings. And it's because TNA fans were like, hey, we kind of want to watch both. And we were happy watching both. And I think that's a big part of why I gave AEW such a chance, is because it was like, okay, WWE can be the goofy, fun, like storyline product. And AEW can be my wrestling, good matches, hardcore. Like that's what I can watch AEW for. But what happened with AEW is that they started becoming bad WWE and then bad ECW. Like instead of being a mediocre ROH, they became a bad version of ECW and WWE.
It was a bunch of guys with chips on their shoulders who had their own personal ideas on how things should run. AEW is almost like a perfect storm of what not to do ever in professional wrestling.
Yeah.
We want to book big ass stadiums. We want to hire X big stars. I swear to God, like it would have been better off for AEW to just start off small, not have, like the Young Bucks.
So
I want Tom. Let me ask you before you talk. Let me ask you this real quick too, because I want to throw it in there. Do you understand how exciting it was for us to have, like, all of us thought, man, if I had money, could you imagine? I couldn't imagine the wrestling company I'd make. And the promise was that actually got to happen. That's okay. That was what I wanted to throw in there real quick. Go ahead, Tom.
Oh, you're good. Yeah. Again, I agree with you. Like it seemed like that was like going to be the dream scenario. Just kind of finishing up the thought that I had previously, real quick. Whenever you watch like a fight night or a Dana's White Contender Series kind of thing, like the motivations of each fighter walking into it. It would have been nice if they gave us more. Yeah. Like it would be nice if they gave us more of that. Like I want to know more about what makes these people tick. I want to know about what their motivations are. Like Karrion Kross in WWE didn't end well for him, but like you knew his motivation. You knew that he didn't care like if he won or he lost his fights. The only thing he cared about was screwing with his opponent and like having a good time. And doing that. Like he was there to hurt people. He was there to mess with people's heads. He was there to force people to see the true versions of themselves. Win, loss, or draw, that was his motivation. And like it's nice to understand why someone's willing to get themselves disqualified. It's nice to have that reframing of how sometimes a loss isn't always a loss for a character, and like that's how you build characters even when they lose. Right. It's just it's stuff like that. Like I used to do a lot of getting back into me being a lame ass. I used to do online like wrestling role play, like on forums and stuff. And when we would do our role plays, like stuff like character development was a big thing. Like the people who were reading our posts, like they wanted to see what the people were doing when they weren't just cutting wrestling promos and stuff. Like I had this whole little sub world in my mind where like AEW existed in its own little pocket universe kind of situation, and not like literally, metaphorically, where it's like, I felt like you could do something with like a John Moxley where he was hanging out at bars and stuff, like all the time. And like they felt like people who belonged part of a world, but like, yeah, I know. Wound up being whole problems and stuff. But like, I'm saying back then before we knew, I'm just saying like they felt like there was elements to these people that felt like they could be part of a greater world inside that like whole little wrestling stuff, but like we never got to know more about the people.
Right.
And that was a missed opportunity.
Yeah, that's what creative freedom will do for you. It'll try to put you over. You try to put yourself over, but you have no developmental in your character. You don't know. You go back to your hotel after the match and like, oh, it's great. It was 5 stars. How do I top that? It's just like, no. How do you build upon that with a great, awesome promo? What would your character start doing after this match? And see, guys, listen, I'm older than both of you, and like I said, I never saw AEW as competition in WWE. This is why I wish Awful Wrestling had existed as the account back in 2021, because like it feels like I'm talking shit, but I swear to God, I felt this way when AEW first was incepted. Like it's just like, oh, this won't work. And then the worst thing that they did, you showed your promoter. The last thing you want to do is show your promoter. And it's this guy, 150 pounds with a fucking Rick Moranis haircut. Like, it was just the worst of everything that you could do in professional wrestling. And I can't even express to you in words. Like, I bet you guys like you and Cumia, Mike Glass, Honor Sharp, Regina Sharp, like people who are, who've seen a lot of professional wrestling, they know exactly what I'm talking about.
Dude, wait, stop.
No,
I feel
I'm not saying that you are
okay.
No, not at all. But I'm saying like the fact that you guys even had excitement for it, like, kind of blows my mind, because I'm
let me tell you. Let me give you one name. Let me give you one name. The one name that kept me sticking with them for so long. You want to know what it was? Jim Ross. Okay.
Are you serious?
That man had enough credibility with me that I kept thinking at some point, when all this stuff blows over, when they figure out that Kenny and the Elite and those guys don't know what they're doing, they're going to turn this over to Jim Ross. That kept me, it stayed in my head, man. It stayed.
Listen to this fanfic.
Because every time Tony talked, he would say, you know who my favorite person growing up was Bill Watts. And I'm like, if his favorite person growing up was Bill Watts, then at some point he's got to realize that Jim Ross was going to be that guy. At some point he was going to. So in my head, I'm thinking, you know what? We could end up seeing, because remember, after about a year of AEW, Paul Heyman was basically booking WWE. And so in my mind, I'm like, man, we could end up seeing a WWE booked by Paul Heyman versus an AEW booked by Jim Ross. Absolutely. Show me that. Yes, sir. I want to see
coming
that.
From the mind of a guy who had an Eve head, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. I did, dude.
Now, I am not
did.
disparaging you, either one of you. It's just that you guys have a better, vivid imagination for things that are outside the realm.
I was more
of the things that made
optimistic.
professional wrestling fucking great to begin with.
I
way optimistic.
Yeah, it's just a matter of if you are an optimistic or a pessimistic person. And I have always been an optimistic person. So it's a year into AEW, I was already back to watching WWE, right? Like I was already there. I was already doing both.
Yeah, because WWE got spooked.
Because WWE got good, right?
They got spooked
and so
into being good, yeah.
Right. And so for a little while, I'm like, okay, AEW wasn't terrible at that point. They were about where like WCW was in like 1995, where it's like, okay, this sucks, but this is really good, and that's pretty good, and there's enough here to keep me watching. Like that's where AEW was at the time, and WWE is starting to come back up, and it's a matter of like, I'm not going to say I was cheering for AEW. I've never been to an AEW show. I don't have AEW merch in my closet like Time there. But coming from the background of I liked Ring of Honor and WWE. I like TNA and WWE. And now in a time when I don't like WWE, TNA's not really doing it for me. And I couldn't watch Ring of Honor if I wanted to. Here is a company that's on TNT every Wednesday night. All I have to do is download an app and I can watch it. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I was hoping they would do well. And I stuck with them for a few years,
And it's again, you guys are going to be try to take offense to what I'm going to say next.
I don't take offense to anything you say, Awful.
Awesome. You did about 5 minutes ago.
I didn't take offense to it. I made a good show out of it. Okay.
But it God damn it. It's just such a weird thing. Like it's the second The second the first Dynamite came out, even with Cody Rhodes, even with Chris Jericho, even with Jack Swagger and all these guys, it was just like, who are these people? And you're already too late. Your first impression is there. That's why they were never able to grow their fan base past 1.4 million people. That curiosity factor was there. They had them. They fucking had them. But then what did you want to do? You wanted to go the after shit. You wanted to be like, hey, how was our performance, everybody? Ta-da! Here's our fucking feckless fucking owner. Meet him. Talk to these guys.
But awful.
Yes.
You also had things like Christian. You also had stuff like that where it's like on the underneath, there are things that you're like, if these guys can get a foothold, if these guys can do it, there can be some fantastic stuff here. Right. And so there was hope. Whereas when WWE was at its worst, which was my frame of reference at the time, there was no hope. There was nothing on that show that entertained me.
Why wasn't the frame of reference All In?
All In was too good. All In was too perfect. Right? All In, they worked us, man. They made us believe that we were against the system and that we were going against Dave Meltzer and that we were damn the man. That's what All In did. AEW made us AEW. You thought, okay, this is the spirit of All In, but what you really got was a rich boy, or a nepo baby, right? Like you didn't get that spirit that you got with All In because, All In was a moment, right? And you even felt it, right? Awful, like you said.
Yes, I did, but I'm always gonna go back because I'm a consistent person. Dustin Thomas, the Legless Wonder. How did you guys how did you put that in the back of your memory? Like it was right there where I was just like, oh fucking shit.
I didn't put any in that.
Another fucking bullshitting indie fed that just got lucky with this big audience. I'm just telling you specifics that I saw. I was just like, yep, I'm out. I'm fucking out.
Well, the simple answer is I liked Chikara. I didn't love it, but like I was a fan of the Super Smash Brothers.
You guys are bigger wrestling fans than I am. I think that's what I'm coming to grips with. Like you guys are just way bigger wrestling fans.
Yeah.
Than
I used to go to CZW shows in Delaware.
I drove halfway across the country to see Ring of Honor in 2004.
I flew to Philadelphia to go to Extreme Rules on the whim of Wyatt coming back. Okay.
And the thing about Chikara though, that's a really good point because Chikara, there is that kind of thing where it's like, I'm still okay with companies going all the way with it. I'm still okay with a company that's willing to go, okay, you know what? We are not based in reality. We are batshit insane. We have superpowers. We have, like Lucha Underground or Chikara. If your company's going to do that, I'm kind of okay with it because at least you have balls. It's way better than doing the whole thing where it's like, well, okay, so Matt Hardy, he has superpowers, but Jon Moxley, their superpowers don't exist in the Jon Moxley man. Like that stuff is crazy. I still kind of respect Chikara despite the terrible Mike Quackenbush situation.
we don't talk about the Quacken situation.
Yeah, but I still like the Chikara issue of where it's like we're gonna have a guy punch a guy so hard that he's gonna go back in time and then come back out as a different character he's been for 4 years. Hold
on. I retract my last statement. I think Time and this are bigger carny wrestling fans.
Yes, thank you.
Like they want to reserve this shit for the tent at the circus.
I
like
have
the
a respect
big
for it.
top wrestling, and it's cool. But are you looking for the progression and the betterment of professional wrestling when you think along these outside the like there's a reason why that shit never showed up really in WCW or any of the successful promotions. I wish there were more successful promotions than WWE, but it's just like there's a reason why WWE is successful.
Well, okay, look though, dude. Okay,
they don't fucking run the gamut of
but it's
fucking
a different
ideas.
thing. Chikara is a different thing. Okay, Chikara is like, if you look at it like, okay, let's imagine that these are just these guys are just superheroes, and we're living in a superhero world, but it is staged in a pro wrestling. Like, if you look at it as a different thing, and I believe that
It's like
wrestling
Lucha Underground.
Yeah, I believe that wrestling can be different things. I just don't believe that there can be one company that has all of those things.
Now I'm going to
and
put you
that's
on the
what
spot.
AEW is trying to do.
Now I'm going to put you on the spot. You've asserted that it can be many different things. For 120 years, it's been one thing. There's not many ways. Okay. What are the different things? What is one different thing that you might see?
You have the Mid-South style, which is more realistic, more it's grittier. It's more
understood.
It's more realism based, right?
I get that.
You have the WWE, which is more flashy, which is more, they do incorporate supernatural elements into wrestling. They kind of dip their toe in it, but they won't go as far. You have WCW, who was the more sports based, whereas Mid-South would be a bar fight. WCW would be a boxing match. They were the they obviously, when they got sold, when Turner at the beginning didn't really know what he was doing, he was trying to do crazy stuff, but eventually it did hit that point where it felt like you're watching a sporting event and not a wrestling match. You had ECW, which was the gritty underground fight club of professional wrestling, where these guys were, it was if you went to your local bar and you saw a back room that said "do not enter," and somebody said, "Hey, let me show you what's down there, kid," and he went down there and there's a ring of guys who were watching two guys with their shirts off punching each other in the face. That's what ECW was.
Dude. The whole point, you and Cumia hit it right on the fucking head. Wrestling can't be all things to everybody.
One company can't. One company can't. I will agree.
For many, many years, wrestling drew money in a specific way. The WWE tried other ways of doing it. They succeeded in some, failed in the others.
But you realize
Go ahead.
So we agree. You realize this, right?
We do, but you're saying like it's many different, but those are confined within the rules of professional wrestling. The thing that's been that's what I'm saying. Like all the companies that you mentioned played by the rules that professional wrestling played by. AEW does not play those rules.
I totally agree with you, but you were asking me why I like Chikara. Okay, so
yeah, please.
Why
do you like Chikara?
I like Chikara because it was different. It was a different form of professional. It's like in movies, you can have a drama, but you can also have a comedy. You can have an action movie.
How big is Chikara?
Not big. I didn't say it could be big. I didn't say it would be. Yeah, I'm not saying that this is going to be. Yeah.
It's niche.
So, right, but you're arguing that with two people who told you at the start of this conversation that like we had no delusions that AEW was ever going to be huge.
Yeah,
we were just excited to have different flavors of wrestling on that we could easily check out with wrestlers that for whatever reason weren't going to get an opportunity to make it into the big leagues.
I need to step in here because first off, Tom, you have to realize we have not been arguing for this past hour. We've been.
I don't mean arguing. I don't mean that literally.
If you want to hear me and awful argue, we can argue.
I guess it's just take each other to task.
No, I don't mean that. I don't. Yeah, sorry.
It's just eye opening. Like I hear like you guys like these also ran promotions, and it's just like if I take a look at 20 minutes of Chikara, I'm almost positive like I will not want to watch any more of it.
Oh, probably.
And I think now it comes to something deeper. It's just like, what's up with this sadistic type of like, I want to hurt myself. I want to watch painful bullshit
I don't
wrestling.
dislike it. I don't because
Yeah,
because I look back at when I was a kid and the things that like sure I grew in time to like understand why Dynamite Kid was fantastic, or I grew in time to understand why Dean Malenko versus Chris Benoit was the greatest, was one of the greatest rivalries in the history of professional wrestling. But at the time, I wanted to fast forward to Glacier, or I wanted to fast forward to The Undertaker. I wanted to watch that stuff. So there's still a piece of me that, because I've held on to that, there is a piece of me that can be entertained by that. Now, I don't delude myself into thinking Shikara should be on TNT every week at 9 p.m. and have 2 hours. Like, of course not. It's a company that you watch. That part of the charm of it. Part of the reason that it's even good is because you are in an arena, you're in a bingo hall with 400 other people who enjoy this, despite the fact that no one else does. Right? Yeah. That's part of it. The fact that you put it in an arena in front of 15,000 people takes away the whole point of it to me. Like the point is the same. It's the same thing that you used to, when you used to see somebody wearing a wrestling shirt in real life, and you'd be like, yeah. And you didn't hate them because they were wearing a WCW shirt or a WWF shirt. You were just like, that guy likes wrestling. Well, when wrestling got to a certain point, we had this subsection of wrestling fans who we could go to a Chikara show and be like, me and you, we're in this together. Those other guys don't get it. Right. And there's like 500 of us, and it feels great. But I never deluded myself into thinking that there were 15,000 people in every city that would enjoy that.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like a lot of this stuff, like it doesn't need to appeal to a mass audience. Like, half my criticism about AEW is like, yeah, I criticize the fact that they don't do things to grow their audience, but like, I only criticize them for that fact because it's like, they're on major network TV and they have to deliver ratings.
And they're trying to be everything to everyone, and they can't.
Yes, and they can't. Like, I want them to pick a lane and just run with it, and just go with it.
Don't try to pick a new lane. That's what I'm saying. Like, pick a lane that fucking works.
No,
I will agree with you 100%.
I'm going to disagree entirely on that because, like, for me, like, I think picking a lane. I think picking the lane that everyone has picked for the last 120 years is fucking boring. And if you're going to come on there and you're going to try and be a disruptor, try and be a disruptor. It fails sometimes. Okay. Like, you can't have progress. You can't have progress and you can't move things forward if people don't try new things and fail.
Now, the reason I said that I agree with Awful is because I think AEW...
I'm going to push back on that, by the way, Tom.
I think AEW expected to be successful. And I think that if you expect to be successful, if you think that you just deserve it, you have to present the same product that people like, but better. You can't go in with that attitude if you're going to present something completely different.
And I think that's fair.
Yeah, listen, if you go to school to be an engineer or a doctor, there are certain things that you have to know. And once you're extremely knowledgeable in those things and you've practiced those things for a very long time, you can do things that are a little bit out of bounds. But the last thing you want to do is become like, something completely different than what you were assigned to do or trained to do. This is why the XFL failed. It was trying to be something completely different than what the NFL was. Even with slight rule changes, like, we're going to run after the ball, as far as we're not going to do a coin toss. It would be like if the NFL just decided next week, starting next Sunday, we're not going to have out of bounds. But it's still football, but it's a completely and that's why it fails, because you're changing the rules
awful
on something that is been already established.
Hasn't the NFL made drastic changes to things like kick returns?
Awful. You know who my favorite football team is?
Who's that?
The St. Louis Battlehawks. They're the only professional sport team I own a hat for. So
well, there you have
it. I can appreciate wrestling of all kinds. What I can't appreciate is a company that tries to be everything for everyone. And that's my biggest issue with AEW. And I think that's where we can
my friends, is why I don't have any sympathy or empathy for professional wrestlers who go into places like Chikara and shuts the fuck down, or goes to some place like, all right, if you're trying to get into the big time, if you're trying to make it into the big leagues, goddamn good well, you gotta follow a certain type of rules in order to get there.
Sorry.
A lot more backstage as well.
To be fair, no one ever went to Chikara thinking this is the way I'm gonna make my wrestling career go. Chikara was always.
You want to bet, bro?
Yes.
Chikara was a few weeks ago. I said wrestlers are fucking animals and don't know a goddamn thing about anything.
Chikara,
I believe there are plenty of wrestlers that think that they're going to get their dues paid by going to these fucking libraries or these fucking bars.
Well, maybe, but Chikara in particular was every wrestler's side project. They had different gimmicks in Chikara than they had everywhere else. They had different storylines in Chikara. Chikara is a bad example because Chikara was like a alternate universe to professional wrestling. It was something that happened completely outside of all other wrestling.
The industry needs vetting.
I have a bias towards Chikara because that's where Thomas got trained, and he actually had some good training. He got trained by Claudio.
Yeah, and Delirious was there for a long time, and
he got trained by Claudio and Delirious. The crazy thing about Chikara was with their training school is everyone had to be able to do lucha, from how I understand it. Like
it was a lucha libre company. It was a lucha company.
Yeah.
It was lucha libre.
So it was crazy. It was crazy seeing like when he finally I started seeing him wrestle. It was crazy seeing how agile he was.
Is that the disconnect we're having here with Awful? Is that Awful doesn't understand what lucha libre wrestling is?
What?
That was actually what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking, because he's talking about like all these rules and stuff, and it's like,
no, I'm just talking about what makes money, what doesn't make money.
Well, lucha libre makes money in Mexico.
Exactly.
And Finn Balor pulled
to take over what's going on in America. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
It just feels like it just feels weird because I think I've gotten to a point now where I'm defending Chikara. And Chikara was like a lucha libre American company that never wanted to wrestle in front of more than like 600 people.
And it's all because I made a comment of I like them.
Yeah, I think really if they were having this conversation, it should be about Lucha Libre Underground or Lucha Underground. I think that would, or MLW maybe would be more the.
Yeah, MLW is a pretty good comparison.
I can guarantee you that MLW and a few other companies follow the rules.
No,
of wrestling.
Have you watched MLW? They brought in Lucha Underground.
And that, you know what, guys? This is why professional wrestling is in the state that it's in. There it is. This is why professional wrestling is in the state it's in. Too many options, too much variety. Listen, there's only one NFL, folks. There's only one college football. There's only one high school football. There's only one elementary football. You guys see what I'm saying?
There's and you know what?
You know what? Variety. There was one Barnum and Bailey circus. There was one. I mean, go ahead.
There's a Savannah Bananas, but Savannah Bananas, they don't ever pretend like they're going to be bigger than the MLB. There's an XFL, but they fully admit that they are a place for former NFL players and future NFL players. They are not the NFL.
There's a reason why the Harlem Globetrotters were never in the NBA.
Right. And if AEW would have come on the scene and said, we want to be we want to be an alternative. We want to be there are some people that don't like the current product. And if you want to watch this, we offer something a little different. That's what, actually, to be fair, that's what they did come on the scene saying. But within 2 months, they completely changed their tune and said, we are a challenger brand and we're taking on the big dogs and we're doing all that. And that's the problem, is AEW was delusional.
Yeah.
These other companies that we've mentioned and the other companies that you're talking about, Lucha Underground, Chikara, these guys never once pretended like they were going to overtake the WWE. And I think that at its core, the issue with AEW is that they thought that these niche, interesting wrestling products, when combined into one company, could somehow overtake the biggest wrestling company in the world. It would be like a ska band saying we're going to do better than Britney Spears. Like, it's just not going to happen.
To Awful's earlier point, again, going back to my delusional fantasy bookings from way back in the day, personally speaking, I think a great way for them to have built a really focused on starting to build would have been to play well, I guess early on they were selling arenas and stuff, so they were almost victims of their own success. But at some point, I think it would have been great if they would have recognized ticket sales were falling off sooner than later, and they would start basically doing stuff like, you know what, we're going to go on a tour of some historic venues from ROH and the indies and stuff. And they started booking things like places that ROH used to frequent, or
TNA did that.
Yeah.
TNA did that.
Stuff like that. Go to historic venues that don't get much love from places like WWE and cities that used to be important. And try and revive a bit of the wrestling scene in those places and book smaller venues that are more suited. My whole thing was, if they would have started booking smaller venues while they were still kind of hot, it would have created a FOMO a little bit. And I think that they may have been able to maintain some of the hotness just from that, in terms of keep the energy going, make it something where people are happy to be there, and not something where it's oh, the energy here is dead.
Well,
and
I get you. I've said for a while, my complaint with old TNA was always that they never embraced the idea that they were a Southern wrestling company. WCW had just gone out of business. Excuse me. WWE had the North. They had absorbed ECW and WCW. Now, ECW was a northern company, so a lot of ECW fans were kind of okay with the idea of WWE absorbing them. WCW was a southern wrestling company. There were thousands upon thousands upon thousands of wrestling fans that just stopped watching when WCW stopped existing. And if TNA had really embraced the idea that they were a southern wrestling company, they could have done so much better. If they would have had James Storm as their champion, if they would have toured NASCAR, if they would have really just said, we are a southern wrestling company, we're going to be a southern wrestling company, they would have been fine. But they kept having to try to
four-sided ring.
Right, yeah.
They would have been fine.
But they
don't even entertain a six-sided ring.
They kept having to dip their toes into the North. Jarrett was under that old school mentality. I'm not even saying old school. I'm saying what is old school right now, which is everyone just believes that WWE is what you have to be successful. And Jarrett was under that mindset, so he continued. But if he would have actually produced a Southern wrestling product that was an alternative to WWE, he could have gone so much further, and we'd probably be talking about TNA right now instead of AEW, in my opinion.
Northern DC has a great comment. He says, nah, shitty wrestling is shitty wrestling, whether it's in front of 50 people or 50,000 people. That's why we all got turned away from WWE back in 17 and 18.
Yeah, but at the same time, in 2019, when AEW was coming around and legitimately putting on better shows, legitimately for a little while, AEW is putting on better shows. When I go online, I saw the same people being like, AEW is like, they weren't even giving AEW a chance at that point, and you can't take people seriously then either. Because WWE's not doing well, so to claim that product, and it's the same people that are now claiming that WWE should bring Vince back, and stuff like that. There is this that's weird
noise, though. Like people who are intelligent can see through that noise.
Maybe I see a lot of people that I thought were intelligent that suddenly want Vince back.
That first thing. I don't recall seeing many death matches in those first 2 years. Like, they may have happened, but like, you didn't have like the weekly insanely stupid violence for no reason. You had some stupid spots for sure. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, it was all like great wrestling, but like, you had like legitimately good matches back then. And there was a lot of interest back then because there was a lot of fantasy matches that hadn't happened yet. You hadn't like like the first 2 years of AEW was genuinely good wrestling.
I'm just saying, there is a version of wrestling, there is an alternative to WWE that can be successful, but I believe that alternative looks much more like WCW and much less like New Japan Wrestling. I'm saying that product looks like a Southern wrestling, more gritty, hardcore. I don't want to say sports based because Tony has killed that term, but that feeling of a big fight feel, a event, right? There is that place. I still think that there is a large market that is going underserved because wrestling is so northern focused. Even AEW, which is based in Jacksonville, Florida, is trying to be a northern wrestling product. Whereas if somebody would actually legitimately try to be that grittier force in wrestling, I think there is a place for that. And AEW went that crazy niche route instead, where they tried to take elements of PWG and elements of Chikara and elements of New Japan and elements of this and put it all together to create something that just didn't work. Whereas if they would have stuck with that kind of gritty Mid-South feel, I think they didn't have to be WWE. They could have been something else and still done well, as long as it's presented as a big deal and they are consistent to their tone.
I don't know if you remember, maybe it was like a year ago. I think we had a private discussion about the name AEW.
Yep, we did.
Like right off the bat, you are an egotistical.
You're turning every Southerner, every person south of the Mason-Dixon line is turned off immediately when they hear the word elite.
That's true. That's what I was going to say. Like back in the day, one of the rules was like territories. You name that territory, Portland wrestling, Southern. I'm just generalizing, but like there was no such a fucking thing. Even World Wrestling Federation. You know what I'm saying? Like they encompassed the entire planet. But to go so far as to say all elite wrestling, oh my God, you're already, that's a bad marketing name to begin with. And I wish I had my notes with me, but like it's just like, yeah, back in the day it was territorial. So therefore that exclusivity was still in the hands of the people that lived around there. Like I go to Tennessee Wrestling Federation, you know what I mean? Like NWA, all that. But like All Elite Wrestling, you're asking for it. Because like, where are you based out of? What are you all about? That was the thing that I wanted to say. Like, it seemed as though like a lot of territory wrestling had its own branding, if that makes any sense. It was just like, yeah, this is ours. This is our form of professional wrestling that we like. Don't try to come over here and step on it. Whereas AEW was just like, we're all over the place.
We still have a half hour of the Scrum. No, I'm joking. We're not going to do that. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, guys. We gotta. We gotta.
It's actually 2 o'clock here on the East Coast. But yeah.
Can I tell you, time? I am so happy you're here. I don't think we would have ever gotten into this conversation without you here.
No, I would have pulled it out of you.
This is so much better
Yes,
than watching that stupid scrum. I am so happy.
So, so long as the audience is cool with me hanging around, I'll pop on more often.
I enjoy it. I think you and Jake are some regular, unless Awful doesn't like you. I don't know. We'll find out afterwards.
I fucking hate John, and I hate Jake.
Spoiler alert, Awful hates everyone.
But seriously, I am so happy with the direction this show took. I've said it before, dude. This show is it's my heart, man. Like I just like coming here and being able to talk about wrestling and not worrying about anything else, and up late at night where I'm kind of tired and goofy and shit. But
I got a big suggestion for everybody in the chat. Please hit that like button, subscribe, tell your friends, let them know that we do not talk about just any old type of professional wrestling. We try to talk about the, what we like, what the psychological effects of watching Chikara.
You seem like you learned something tonight, Awful.
I learned that you guys are geeks. Number one.
You knew I was a geek. Come on.
And I also learned that people really do but me personally. Oh, let me finish my statement. Let me not sound
You're
like
fine.
you.
You're fine.
Where people like the niche variety, and it's just dude, you could show me. I know about Superhuman, I know about these backyard feds, I know about Jakar, I know about Lucha Underground. It's not my dig. People will automatically assume that WWE is my dig. No, dude. I watch shit from the 80s, the 90s, WCW, NWA, Continental Wrestling, USWA, GWF. I think I showed you guys in the private chat one time, take a look at this fucking Lightning Kid sequence that he has with this one guy. And it's just right there. AEW could never. I wish I had the footage, but it was a great little sequence where 1, 2, 3 Kid, I'll just Lightning Kid, 1, 2, 3 Kid, X-Pac is doing amateur wrestling with a guy, and he loses the fall 2 points, and then the 1, 2, 3 Kid, they switch positions, and immediately the babyface gets down on all fours as ready to do some more amateur wrestling, and Lightning Kid just kicks him right in the gut. And I was what? That is beautiful.
Awful. You know what you need? Yeah. You know what you need to watch? Because I know you didn't watch SmackDown, did you?
I did not.
Watch the JD McDonough Dragunov match.
Okay.
What you're describing right now just rings as so many of those thoughts I was having during that match, man. That match, I told people this before. It reminds me of remember the matches that Hart and Perfect were having in 89?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. They weren't quite there yet, but you could tell something was coming. Right. Watch that Dragunov and JD McDonough match. You will feel that the entire I think the highest spot in the match is a Spanish fly. JD does a Spanish fly. But besides that, it's straight up there was one where I believe it was one of them was giving the other one a superplex. And it was something as simple as he jumped him over the top, but the guy held onto his arm and pulled him over the top with him.
Right.
Just little tiny things like that you're just oh, these guys got it, man.
Yeah, they nailed it.
They nailed it. You need to watch that match. The pin, I get that the pin is kind of sexual, so people have been memeing it, but the match is just brilliant. It's such a good match.
What's a match before we go? What's a match that you guys would recommend to somebody who's never seen professional wrestling?
Bret Hart, Mr. Perfect, SummerSlam.
I hate you.
Why?
That's literally what I was about to say.
It's the best match of all time.
It is the best match of all time. Bret Hart versus Steve Austin in the Iron Man.
Okay. Do you know what I would present to someone? I know you may laugh, but the WrestleMania 7 match between Macho Man and Warrior.
I totally get it. Totally, I love
Like,
that match.
of course, they would have to watch the vignettes leading up to it, and they do a great job, putting that together. But goddamn, like that is professional wrestling.
You know what?
Flash,
realism.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll say that I do think that the idea of showing them one match is limiting. And when I was given this exact scenario in real life with my child, I chose the Sami Zayn Bloodline storyline to show him on YouTube.
Good.
And it only took a couple hours when you pull it up on YouTube and get to watch every segment on there. But I think that with modern wrestling, I almost think that's a way better representation than showing them one match. Right. Insane. But if I still, even with that said, if I had to pick one match, it would still be Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect. It wouldn't be the whole Bloodline storyline. But I do think that is a better representation of wrestling as a whole these days.
Wow. Little sidebar.
And
good morning to the people in England.
The Bret Hart Shawn Michaels Iron Man match sucked ass.
Oh my God! You know what? I'm sick of you right now. God damn it! That's a great fucking match. You had just mentioned Dragunov versus Oh my God! You had just mentioned a Dragunov match. How do you look at a Dragunov match and not look at that with the same pair of intellectual lenses as the Iron Man match with Bret and Shawn? I just don't understand.
Bret and Shawn were working against each other. Bret and Shawn were working against each other the entire match. There was no cooperation.
That's wrestling.
I know it isn't. No, okay. You're taking it literally awful, and you're trolling me right now. What I mean by no cooperation is that a good wrestling match is a dance. Okay, when you have two guys in there
mentality. Go ahead.
It's the way it is, dude. I'm sorry. If you have two guys in there that hate each other, you end up with two people who don't want to make anyone look good, and no one looks good. Okay, with Bret
what the
and
problem
Shawn,
with dances is that both guys are there. You never want to
take it too far.
Have this sense of cooperation.
You can take it too far. Yes, you can.
There is no sense of cooperation.
The dance thing has been ruined.
I understand
by AEW. Okay, because you know what a good dance is? Shawn Michaels versus Mr. Perfect at SummerSlam. That's a good dance. Okay, those two made it look like they hated each other when they didn't, and that's what I want in wrestling. I want to believe that you hate each other when I know you don't. I want you to be able to make me suspend my disbelief and just believe that you two hate each other. And what I saw during that Iron Man match was two guys who were working against each other. Okay, it was that nobody sold right. And then when they did sell, they would stay down for way too long. The ending was
an Iron Man match.
The ending was so telegraphed. Like it was just such a predictable, boring match filled with rest holds. 90% of the time, the guys you could tell didn't want to be there. They weren't selling correctly. Shawn Michaels was chewing gum. Well, it's just like
this motherfucker wants to nitpick. Shawn Michaels was chewing gum. Everybody, you're taking away a couple stars.
I'm not saying I don't give stars, asshole. I'm just saying that match. I just said that Shawn Michaels versus Mr. Perfect was the greatest match of all time.
Okay,
that match between
you said the Iron Man match was fucking shit.
It was okay. If
I remember being bored with it,
I was just so bored. But you know who will call that the greatest match of all time? Kenny Omega.
Wrestling Company.
Kenny Omega will call that the greatest match of all time. Okay, so you're in good company. Awful.
I think my second one, because I'm a Punk mark, would be Punk versus Cena, Money in the Bank.
Okay, yeah, I mean that was from a storyline standpoint. I mean,
yes.
from a
that's one of those ones where I would like so the Bloodline and that one are two ones that like it would be fun to go and like remember those old VHS tapes where like they would have like the rivalries and stuff or like the rises of like it would be fun to go through and like put together a little like VHS kind of thing of like the highlights of the led to the moments and stuff and like everything that followed suit.
Well, I think also you have to realize the Iron Man match too. That match was like a special feature on every WWE DVD that came out between 1997 and 2012. Like it was just like that was the match.
So
that were like,
it was overhyped.
I think it's okay. I think yes, and me saying dog shit was probably hyperbole. I will admit that.
You said it was boring, actually.
It was boring. It is boring. It is boring.
I don't know
now.
what the fuck you guys are talking about.
It is boring. It is boring. It is boring.
Listen, folks.
Now I haven't watched it in probably like someone else here said it like 20 years. I was probably like I was at a point in my life where like that kind of stuff wasn't as interesting to me.
See, I liked that match up till about 5 years ago. And then I watched it once with my my brother, maybe. I watched because I was like, this match is so good. You have to watch it. And I remember sitting down watching, I'm like, this match isn't as good as I remember it. And then Max asked about it because it's the first match you hear about. Everyone says that's the match you have to watch. I'm like, okay, we can watch it. And we sat down and watched it. And man, I was bored to tears with it, you know?
You know why? Because there wasn't midgets.
Oh, shut up.
Horse shit.
Yep, you know me, awful.
The table, yeah, right. The table probably set in that match. You had Gorilla Monsoon up there. You had fucking Shawn Michaels staring down Bret Hart. You had Bret Hart staring off at the distance like this guy's no sweat. He's winking at some fucking third grader in the front row. Like it's gonna be no sweat. The whole setup was beautiful. Now, I'm not going to say that's a match you want somebody who's a non-wrestling fan to watch, but it's one of those matches. It's like it's awesome. Here's
what we do. Here's what we do. Awful. When you finally get that Patreon set up, me and you will sit down and we will watch that match, and we will maybe.
I know every minute of that match.
Okay. We will watch that match together. And you can sell it to me. I my mind, dude,
it's just as good as Roddy Piper, Bret Hart at WrestleMania 8.
Okay, fine. Sure.
I'm just trying to keep these two white men up all goddamn night.
That's like the most average. Like what? That's the most average.
I'm on the West Coast.
Dude, that match is every bit as good as Earthquake versus Hulk Hogan.
All right, you got me. You got me, you fucker.
That match is every bit as good as Bret Hart versus 1-2-3 Kid from Monday Night Raw.
You caught me under the bridge.
Sorry, I would die on the hill that Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect is the perfect wrestling match.
Greatest wrestling match of all time.
91, yes, indeed.
Greatest wrestling match of all time.
It's just God, I could watch that forever.
Yeah. All right. So we will all watch the Iron Man match together at some point. Awful. Let's talk about this right now. Next week, do you want to do a post game for Survivor Series?
No. When is the Survivor Series anyway?
Next Saturday. We're not going to be on Thursday because it's Thanksgiving. We know that now. So if you want to go on Saturday, we could do a post game for Survivor Series. You could probably get some more people on there too. Jake already said he'd come on.
We'll see. We don't want Jake on. What the hell is going on? Listen.
I'm telling you what he said. I didn't say what I said. I said I'd ask Awful. I'm asking Awful right now.
And I just want people to know, like, I'm joking when I say that type of shit.
We love Jake.
Yeah,
we love Jake. If we you'll know if we don't like somebody because we won't talk about them. Story. That's how you know we don't.
Oh yeah, no, I am the worst. Absolutely, I absolutely don't care about any of this, and that's why
I will tell you right now. Here's how you can tell if we like somebody. If we make fun of you, we're probably cool with you, and if we don't talk about you, we hate you.
It's okay, Awful. I am also from. I may live on the West Coast, but I hail from the Philadelphia area. I'm used to it.
The IWC sucks, dude. I'm from St. Louis, so yeah, we got all that in common. The IWC sucks though because I had this weird thought last night. I was listening to some old internet IBS stuff, right, with like flamenco and all that crap, and I was like, man, wouldn't this be awesome if you could just get all of these stupid IWC people to kind of be on the same page and just get on a stream and yell at each other.
I know somebody who was like that.
I know people who would like it, but the problem is that all these people are unhinged and you couldn't get them to cooperate with each other long enough to actually do it. So
I tried to invite some of my haters on this show. They refused.
Yeah, they won't do it. It's ridiculous. So because I would love to have like a community where it's like there's an AEW show over here that talks shit about us and we talk shit about them, and sometimes we cross over and we all have fights, but it's all in good fun.
Blood sport. You know who I do want on this show?
Who?
The invite is out right now for you. Sean Ross Sapp.
Well, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay it down right now, awful. I'm gonna say something bold. You know who's invited on this show whenever he wants to come? Tony Khan. If he wants to come,
well, that's not happening.
I'll open it up.
I think Sapp is just arrogant enough to come on this show and try.
That's a good word for it.
Yeah. He's just arrogant enough to try to come on here and try to knock us down a peg or two or whatever. And that's not what we'd be here for. I'd want to know whose phone number you got, motherfucker. I know you're talking to Tony Khan, and that's a conversation that he doesn't want to have.
Let's talk about it. There were some people that were trying to get us to do some kind of stupid debate. You remember in the group chat?
Yeah.
Some wrestling.
No, I was that stupid imbecile that was trying.
No, they started it. They started it. It was in some group chat. We had somebody call it group. It was Grumpy Omega. I'll say the name. I don't care.
Yeah. Him too.
Yeah, Grumpy Omega posted. I'm in a group chat with him, and he posted something like, "Could somebody please tell this idiot that he's spreading misinformation?" And he posted He posted a neckbeard post.
Right.
So I'm like, you can tell him. And I brought Neckbeard into the group chat, and he immediately ran and got scared because I brought Neckbeard in there. But apparently he does some podcast. I don't know what it's called. And
the Wrestle Collective.
Yeah, and like they were like, you should talk to Slick Flair. He wants to debate you. And we're like, who? And they're like, Slick Flair wasn't.
And this is not to say that I won't fucking debate the guy, but just like, okay.
Yeah, we were like, oh, but bring him in. Let's talk to him. And he's like, no, he won't come here.
That's right. Yeah.
It has to be an independent stream with an independent moderator. It's like, who the fuck are you?
That you want to have this fucking great debate.
Yeah.
About
I wouldn't check his account. The dude has like 300 followers and his YouTube account has like 200 subscribers, and he's like, we need to have an independent, we need to get Jonathan Coachman to moderate the debate.
We need Congress involved. We need to do this in DC.
Like, motherfucker. So I told him, and we might do it still, I don't know, but I told him, like, look, we'll listen to the podcast, and if we think it's worth our time, we might. It's just like, I don't want to be in like some stuff like, and I even told him, I'm like, this is our, like, talking shit is just what we do.
Right.
If you can't
can't talk shit in real life, I don't know what the fuck you're doing in real life.
Yeah. Like, whatever, dude.
Yeah, well, and it's totally normal to have TweetDeck set up to monitor every mention of your name and every abbreviation of your name. That's a totally normal thing the well-adjusted adults do, and certainly no Kentucky man would do. Fucking loser.
God, I wish I knew who he was talking about.
Fucking loser. And then when you decide you have enough conversation,
we're gonna give time.
Yeah, we're giving time.
4 minutes right now.
Just
say what you're gonna say. Name names if preferable.
I'm good. What? No, listen. It's like this, okay?
All right.
Sean Ross Sapp. I know you use TweetDeck. I know that you're out there monitoring yourself. I think it's fucking cringe, and I think it's weird. That's it. I think that successful people don't do these things. Or I'm sorry, they do, but they're not successful very long, and they're a little fucking... You should probably focus on your life.
Dude, that guy, that motherfucker is... I know he did this to me. I know he did it to Beard. I'm pretty sure he did it to Awful. where he'll come out and he'll be like, "Oh, you are a loser. What a big loser you are. Do you want to read this tweets to your family? I'll give you $500 if you read the blah 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 blah." And then immediately blocks me.
Yeah.
Right? Immediately blocks me. But he had it on there just long enough to get all his little minions to start messaging me and sending me death threats and trying to dox me and doing all this crap. And then it's like, then I block him because he blocked me, and then he unblocks me and goes, "Oh, look at this, you pussy." Block. Well, he's such an internet troll. Like,
he's nothing more than a 4chan neckbeard that managed to have a little bit of success in life, and that little bit of success has gone to his head. And you're not going to ever hear me brag about any of the things I do, because I am very happy with my life. And I don't need to go and brag about these things. Whereas, sorry,
go ahead.
No, it's just like I hate people like him because I think they bring out the worst in the internet community, and he likes to try and act like he's some hero, and it's just annoying because he's nothing more than just a big old goddamn bully that gets a little notoriety.
Like I said, every few months, for some reason, we have to have like 5 accounts go out and post about how Sean Ross Sapp is so respectful and he's so he's the best guy on the internet. Why is anyone talking bad about Sean Ross Sapp? No one says this shit about anyone else. You don't see anyone every couple months coming up being like, Dave Meltzer's a good guy. Like, right. Dave Meltzer just gets his shit and people deal with it. But for some reason, we have to get lectured every few months about how Sean Ross Sapp is actually very respectable and really nice. And you know why he's nice? Because he went on fucking DJ's stream one time. Like, that's what he's nice, because he reached out to the guy that he called a pedophile and said, "My bad." That's why he's
sorry.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. Oh, well, Sean Ross Sapp is a great guy. Forget all the other stuff he did. Forget about the fact that he promoted a tweet that tried to dox all of my friends. Forget that.
Right.
Forget that part. He went on DJ's stream once and said not so bad things. So he's a good guy. Like, come on.
Yeah,
dude.
Fuck him. I still have the DM that I sent to him when his grandmother passed away. The only thing that I told him, I said, "I'm sorry for your loss. My condolences to you and your family." He didn't say anything back.
I did the same thing, yeah.
He blocked me. I have a better rapport with Andrew Baydala. And
Andrew Baydala's great. I love Andrew Baydala.
See how this
is going too far.
Yeah, just way too far.
I have to say it. You know why I have to say it? You know why?
Oh, come on anyway.
I don't want the guy on the show.
I have a reason.
But I do have a certain respect for Andrew Baydala.
No.
That I don't have for Sean Ross Sapp, despite my nicety towards Sean Ross Sapp. Listen, I don't fucking ever remember trying to get personal with fucking Sean Ross Sapp, but I know that fucker was trying to get personal with me.
Yeah.
And it's just the wrong fucking thing to do. Why even bother?
Yeah, and sorry.
No, what I'd probably say will probably wrap it up. So go ahead.
Please.
I was just gonna say, and like, to be clear, I actually really don't have that many problems with Baydala. Like, he's not someone that I engage with. I have him on mute at this point. We're oil and water. But like, at the end of the day, I like him better than I like Sapp. I think that Baydala, for better, I think he's better. I think he tries to at least keep positivity out there. He doesn't really get into the dirt. I respect him for that. I think he's better than even I am. I really don't post much these days.
Are more mature than men without children.
Yeah, I really don't. Sorry.
My respect for Andrew Baydala comes 90% because of my personal interactions with him and 10% because of trolling other people. So that's where my Andrew Baydala love comes from. Sean Ross Sapp. Here's what I will say about Sean Ross Sapp. I hear so many, and I've had this message typed out like 10 times and didn't send it. And I'm just going to say it here. I have seen so many people that I respect, people that I like, say that that Sean Ross Sapp is actually a good guy, that Sean Ross Sapp gets a bad rap, that Sean Ross Sapp is irrespectful, and caring and all this stuff. My interaction with Sean Ross Sapp has never proved that to be the case. Ever. The only interactions I've ever had with Sean Ross Sapp involve him trying to dox, or at least interacting with people who are trying to dox me, or like threatening my family, or just doing the worst of the worst 4chan internet Discord moderator bullshit. But I am willing to believe, because I had it happen to me. I had people who colored my perception of who this man was and what a lot of the IWC was for about a year, where they told me all these conspiracy theories and all this crap that was going on in the IWC. And I just kind of bought into it because they showed me enough proof, and I was new to it. And I just kind of was like, okay, maybe this is it. Maybe this is what it is. And I did find out that a lot of that was bullshit. So if I am to find, so there is a possibility that we live in a world where Sean Ross Sapp was getting influenced by the same kind of people that I was getting influenced by. And maybe he thought we were something that we weren't. And but you know what the difference is that I came out and I said that this was a mistake. I've come out and publicly stated that I know that these people were wrong. And I've never gotten that in return from that side.
That's why you don't fucking do it.
That's right. So if that's true, if that's what it is, I would be absolutely willing to hear someone tell me that there were guys in the DMs that were telling them wrong, false information about us and giving them awful evidence or whatever. If that was the case, then fine. Show me, tell me, at least claim it. But to just tell me, no, he's actually a good guy, believe me because I say so, I can't do that.
I don't know if you're a good guy, Nick LaPiccolo. I don't know if you're a good guy, Gail Kim. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like all these people who have damn near knighted Sean Ross Sapp as some sort of, great figure. I can just take a look at his fucking waterhead and tell that he's an asshole.
Northern DC saying you don't like Wadala because of something he did to JD isn't going to win it, dude. We don't like JD either.
I mean, really, that man stole my whole fucking routine.
That man literally stole an entire show concept from me one time. So
he said in the quote, quote on one of his shows, he said, I am praying for the death of AEW.
Just straight out of your mouth.
Yeah, straight out of your mouth. And then he went on to block me. I didn't say a word about JD.
Blocked me too. No, I messaged him. I was like,
and that's when he went on a tear against AEW.
Yeah, he did that thing where he's like, he took that idea from me where I was like, everyone, we're doing Toonie Talk Wrestling in a couple nights. I want to do a segment where we talk about why people stopped watching AEW. So if everyone could kind of post them here or message me, let me know what made you turn on AEW. And then literally 4 hours later, JD from New York had a post. I was wondering why so many people have turned on AEW. Could you maybe post in the comments or send me DMs with your story about? So I messaged him. I'm like, dude, clearly I did this 4 hours ago. But we could do something because his show's on at the same time as Toonie Talk. So I'm like, dude, if you want to do something, this was when we were really had a lot of momentum and stuff too. And I'm like, if you want to do something together, we could use each other's stuff. I left my stuff public so you can see it if you want to. And he goes, what are you talking? I didn't steal anything from you. How could it? Why does everyone say I steal
way too kind for the room? Way too kind. Did you not notice the man's personality? For you
I didn't know him at the time.
See,
I didn't know anything about JD.
You don't have to know anything about somebody sometimes. Sometimes you just have to judge a book by its cover. Yeah. And I would have never even offered him such a generous idea as to do that. Like, I feel like patting this on the head like my boy.
Well, dude, when his post gets 2,000 responses and mine got 50, I kind of don't have a choice but to say
that's the nature of that beast,
Yeah.
But anyway, let's wrap this shit up.
Late, dude. It's late. All right, Tom, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Do you have anything you want to promote?
No, I like to keep a low profile these days.
All right, beautiful. Awful. What do you got coming up?
Shit. I guess we're going to be, I'll be here on Tuesday for Tony Talk Wrestling, and we'll see what's going on for Saturday as far as like a post show. I've got no problem with it, but are we stepping on anybody's toes?
No.
Okay.
Literally no. Literally no. Literally no.
I had to throw that out there.
The only people I care about, no, absolutely not.
Well, yeah. Well, I do want to say, you can check out my Twitter. Now that I have new capabilities and a fresher mic, if you notice, I don't sound like I'm on Mars anymore. No cutouts or, robotics or anything like that. That's because of the fine people in the chat who have helped me become motivated enough to want to purchase some things that we needed for the show. But I do want to thank you guys all for listening. I'm sure Dis has got something to plug, but I do want to get this out of the way. And thank you guys for listening for such a long time. That's awesome. And we're so close, apparently, to getting monetized. And I guess that's a good thing. Me and Dis will talk about that later. But but thank you guys for listening in. I hope we entertained you guys at least for the last 3 hours. And I know there are some things that we don't get to that we should get to, and believe me, we will get to it.
I didn't see anyone in the chat complain that we didn't watch the Scrum, by the way.
Well, they're not in your DMs.
Yeah. Boy, this was a long show. I am exhausted.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, we loved having you.
Indeed. Thank you for coming on, my man.
I'm starting something. I pay attention to my Twitter. It's aka _ dis _ I might have something lined up here. My video is almost written, and then I just got to edit it together. So I'm hoping to get something going from then. And then subscribe to this channel though. This channel that you're on right now. I know that like even the monetization thing is not that big of a deal. Like but just it's a milestone. Right. And I think that if anyone deserves that milestone, it's my good friend Awful Wrestling. So I want to get him there, and it is important to all of us, even if it isn't important to Awful, because I think that he should be recognized for his work.
I have been helping a show out on and off for the last year and a half, 2 years. They're not monetized yet. You guys are doing great.
Yeah. So I appreciate that. And I appreciate everyone who listens here.
Definitely.
And really just thank you guys. If you want a link to our Discord, hit me up on any of the socials. And I say any of the socials. It's only Discord and Twitter, and you don't have my Discord. So hit me up on Twitter, and I'll or you could email me at AEW Disciplinary Committee at gmail.com. I can get you a link to it. And I guess that's about it. So we will see you guys, at least me and Awful will see you guys on Tuesday, and hopefully we'll be back next weekend. Anything else, guys? We're ready to go.
We end again with the Lord's Prayer. The Lord is my savior, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down and green. Anyway.
Assalamu alaikum. Oh, by the way.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
By the way, 71% was not excited about AEW.
I know. I turned their hearts. I saw how it was 50-50, and then I gave them the real business. That's all it was.
They felt threatened by an angry black man, and
I wasn't angry. I was passionate. I had a smile on my face the whole time. That's why I kind of sometimes wish I was on camera, because like where it sounds like I'm real angry, like right now. Like right fucking now. No, I'm just laughing uproariously. Thank you guys for listening.
All right. And we love you guys. We'll see you next week. Okay, it's done. I'm going to bed. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out.